But just throwing that out there, if you went to my website, which is freeyourmind.store, you'll see that I charge $100 an hour. So I'm in a desperate situation, but I still like
$100 an hour. Whoa!
I charge $100 an hour for anybody to speak to me, which is really cheap.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I charge what? Yeah, that is. I charge one.
It was like $100 an hour. And the reason that I charge $100 an hour is because I make my money on brands and social media, literally. And the conversations that I have with people, I do because I really like to connect with people. That said, for people that are coming on here, you could use this as an opportunity to just bend my ear about this one story. That's cool. I'm down. I'm here for it. But you're getting me at the cheapest rate.
Are you sure, bro? Are you sure, man? Because I know you're not. I mean, you're not too used to this YouTube world, but it could get really brutal out here in these travel streets.
Listen, as long as you're paying for the brutality,
there's people who make some good content like me, and there's some people who will roast you like an open fire, man. They're kind of crazy in the streets, bro. They're gonna be watching.
They can do me like a marshmallow until it's charred.
Oh, okay.
As long as they're paying $1 a minute
out there, you know, he might be watching too. So you know, I mean,
as long as you're paying $1 a minute, hop in and do the roast. It's cool. I'm good with it. Because the reality is, what did Deion Sanders say in the reel that's viral is everywhere? You didn't make me, so you can't break me. What makes you think that I care what you think about me?
If you guys have donated. If you guys have donated, and we're gonna check, okay, then you could go ahead and go one-on-one with Neo and ask him a question. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, obviously, everybody's gonna partake in the wisdom. So whatever the questions are that you'd like to ask, call in. Like, I am so ready. For real.
Yeah. Hold on, brother. Let me. Hold on.
Did you get that 150 for the text messages?
Oh, we gonna get to that.
I'm just saying.
We got that 150. Anybody could donate that 150, bro, and he's going to show the text messages. So
yeah,
we want to expose it to the world. We need about at least 150.
Oh, it's a lot of this.
You guys have to donate. You know what I'm saying? We go check. Oh, we got Melissa and Ronin. Yeah, okay. We got Square Away. These guys did donate. Give me 1 second, guys. Just hold on real quick.
For the link, right? You're supposed to go with the link.
Yeah, I gotta post the thing, but I'm a little bit in a. Hold on, give me.
So I'm just gonna talk about one of my other open relationships, right? So like, I was in an open relationship.
Oh, another open relationship. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been in several open relationships. First off, let's talk about that. I don't believe in monogamy. You know why I don't believe in monogamy?
And we're gonna get the guys in the room in just a sec.
I've been divorced twice, people, and both by choice. And my first marriage, it was crazy but abusive, and the second marriage was crazy but lazy. Like I was not getting the support I needed in any way, shape, or form. And I started thinking to myself after that, and then after I'm
gonna let you guys on in just a second, guys. Just hold on tight.
After that,
go ahead, brother.
I realized when you're in a relationship with two people, monogamy. First off, the word doesn't even make sense because mono means one, right? Like monogamy means one, and there's two people involved. And the reason why people get into these relationships in monogamy with the word that means one is because there's always one person losing out, accepting less, and not getting what they deserve from the other person 100% of the time. Now, whenever I say poly, people are like, oh, I don't want to share my man. I don't want to share my girl. All these other things. And when you really start to think about it, for me, I was in a relationship dating a girl. We were really open. It was probably one of the most open relationships in terms of like communication and vulnerability shared. And one of the things she's expressed to me was that she always had an interest in females, in women, but she never felt the freedom to explore that. And for me, when I heard that, the first time I thought to myself, damn, I get that. But I also feel like you with another woman is still cheating, and I'm not into that. And then I had to ask myself, well, like, what is it about her with someone else that makes me feel like it's cheating? And what am I uncomfortable about with that? And then I realized it was just an insecurity. Like I was feeling jealous about sharing her with someone else. See, I'm like, nah, there's no way. But like the reality is insecurity. And why is it an insecurity? It's an insecurity because the only reason you right now listening to me worry about your person with somebody else is because you're worried that if they're with the other person, that the other person could be better than you in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be sexually. It could be cooking. It could be they tell better jokes. They have a better sense of humor. They dance better. they're better in public. They don't have anxiety. Whatever the thing is, right? Like you're worried about your person being with this other person and having an experience better than that with you. But the reality is that that's always the case. That's 100% the case. If you think about your exes, you have somebody in your past that you had better sex with than the person you're with right now. So isn't that fair to assume that the person that you're with has probably also had somebody that was better than you in some way, shape, or form? So like, what are you insecure about? The fact that they're going to leave you because the other person's better? Which now brings me to my next point. You have got to be someone that is chosen. And when you're in a monogamous situation, you're not chosen every day. You may have been chosen in the beginning of the relationship. You may be chosen if you guys get into a fight and you're like, yo, I'm done. And they're like, no, I still want you. Then they make those choices, right? But like on an everyday basis, most of the time people just tolerate their spouse in monogamy. When you're in a polyamorous relationship, there's competition. And the competition is, hey, if you're not meeting me here, this other person is. And now you can't make me feel like I'm crazy about it because there's other eyes on it, not just myself. And
okay, Theo, so I'm just gonna pause real quick because I know you cooking right now. We got Squared Away. He did do a donation. After Squared Away, we're gonna get to Melissa.
We haven't confirmed Squared Away. How much did you donate?
And we're gonna get
PayPal.
Okay, I want him to get his one on. How much did you donate? Squared Away, $3. Okay, so he's gonna get 3 minutes with you. Okay.
All right, hold on. We're gonna let me confirm it, and then let's set the timer. This is real. Okay, listen, we gotta keep people honest, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep it honest, man. We could confirm it over here. We can confirm it. Oh all man. Right. Hey, we in the e-begging business for a reason, man. If you guys help support the e-beggar, then you guys can go ahead and get your chances. Whatever you put, $1, $2, $3, three. Okay, 3 minutes.
3 minutes Theo, is on the board. Let me know when you're in.
Okay, and then we're gonna get Melissa, and then we're gonna get Ronin Travels. Oh man, here we go, man.
Feel like I'm back in the CSA. Hold on. Before you say anything, okay. We're gonna start the timer.
Okay, let's start the timer.
All right, you rolling.
Hey, what's up, Drew? What's going on? What's going on, Neo?
What's going on,
homie?
I don't know. Oh, it's looking a little choppy, Poppy. That's all I gotta say. That's not all I gotta say, but I'm trying to figure out. I watched part 1, right? And you said like, oh, they dropped it from a window to 20 stories. Like, what a bed sheet? What are you talking about, bro?
So my spare bedroom was the first thing that I noticed was out of whack as the cops are sitting here going through this whole like, yo, you were robbed. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm here in my place. I'm like, whatever. This chick took, and what I saw that was still there was a comforter and 2 towels that were tied together, like end on end in a knot. So like if you were thinking about escaping prison where like someone bed sheets and make a line, this is what this chick did. She took the 2 sheets, the top sheet and the bottom sheet, tied it to my bag, and then lowered it out the window. Now, her lowering it out the window was still stupid as hell because, bro, I had an A7 IV Sony camera. I have my Apple computer. I'm like, these are high-tech devices in a computer backpack, which is cool, but 20 flights of stairs. I live on the 27th floor, and this is a queen-size bed. So my assumption is...
Yeah, but that length doesn't match.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It had to have dropped for at least 27 floors.
She'd have to drop it. Even if you would have caught it from that.
Would you want to catch a bag that was 30, 40 pounds from 20 floors?
No, because even if you would have caught it, the force of catching it would have wrecked all your electronic equipment.
100%. So what still doesn't make sense, bro, is the security guard told me that he left and went outside because he heard this loud boom of my bag hitting the ground and saw a guy pick it up on a motorcycle and put it on. And when he went out to do that, this is when this chick snuck out the door. Now, I can't confirm this because it wasn't confirmed. Like, I don't have videos showing this. This is what he told me. Because I still, to this day, cannot tell you why.
Hold on, Neo. I only got 3 minutes. Hold on, I only got 3 minutes. Or I thought they had to surrender. 40 seconds. I thought they had to surrender their ID when they leave. And don't they need
surrender? No, they don't surrender it. They just give it to them. He looks at it and they write the number down. And then they sign in.
You don't have to escort them out?
You do. The door is locked. Like, you're supposed to have to open the door to let them out. This is the problem. He didn't do that because he's saying the reason the door was open is because he went outside because they heard this bag hit the ground.
All right. I'm gonna listen to what else you got to say. My 3 minutes is up.
Yeah, no, you still got 12 seconds, man. I'm honest with it. You ask me something else, I can answer it in 5 seconds, hopefully.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
man, keep going, bro.
All right, bro. Salute.
Appreciate you. Yep. All right, what's next? Who else? That's the timer, people. I think Ronin.
So
You said Ronin.
we got Melissa. That's next. We got 30 people in the building. Make sure you guys go ahead and get those subscribe to the
Melissa,
to the channel.
How much did you donate?
I am
Melissa?
Neo. Subscribe to the Andrew Show, of course, your boy. Okay, so Melissa, how much did you? Well, I don't know if you can.
You got to tell me.
Or you could type in the private chat. How much did you donate to help support Neo?
Yeah,
so that way Neo could check out.
I can set the timer and confirm the PayPal.
There we go. We got 30 people in the building. Make sure you guys go and get those thumbs up, subscribe to the channel.
And I appreciate everybody that's in the building, by the way. I really do. Like,
yes, man.
I mean that. So, like,
Melissa, can you verify?
Yeah, and
there's a private.
I don't see the private chat. I see the private chat, but I don't see anything in the private chat.
I don't see it either.
Yes.
Melissa.
No, I see her. She just said yes.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Right. How much did you? How much? Okay. So Melissa's getting 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Set the timer. Pull it. You got the link. Get on. Let's do it.
Hold on. Were you able to verify that, sir? I know.
I just sent her a text. I just sent her a text. We're still gonna be on here for a little bit, so I'm gonna give Karen some time to respond to it.
We'll make sure you get your money. We'll make sure you get your money.
Melissa, the last woman lied to me. She scoped me. Okay, I don't want you to be the next woman. Okay,
oh shit. So you think
Melissa's
gonna be a member of your team?
5 minutes. 5 minutes is on the clock. So when she gets on, I'll hit start. I'm anxious to know what questions you have for me.
Okay, all right.
They do not have to be about the story.
Let's get Melissa on the board, man. Go ahead, Melissa. You hopping on the board, man.
Melissa, you can ask me any questions you like. Okay,
hey.
Wait. Let me hit you with the time.
No, it's okay. I don't need that much time. I just wanted to ask, okay, because sometimes when we are, just living our daily life, we're not really aware of what's going on around us, and it seems like maybe the people that were involved in this were all the people that you interact with daily, like the guy, the security desk, maybe somebody at your work or one of your businesses, and maybe they all work together to do this to you because I guess they thought it was an easy opportunity. But what do you think? Do you think that the security guard may have been like, maybe you weren't so nice to the security guard, maybe you weren't so nice to people, and maybe that's why they thought it was an opportunity to take something from you?
No. So I hate to say this, but these people are not okay. This woman, she came in the building. She gave her ID. You're on the camera when you enter the building. You're on the camera when you enter in the elevator. You're on the camera when we were in the co-working space. And then you're on the camera again, entering in the elevator again and getting off the elevator on my floor. You're then on the camera again to go into the stairwell. This chick left in the stairwell. Like, she wasn't very smart. Like, you're already on camera everywhere. You might as well just take the damn elevator down. Right? Like so in terms of the sophistication of them coordinating, and I'm very nice to my security. I buy my security. I don't pay them, but I do buy every security of every building I've ever been in, pizza, beer, and all sorts of things so that they take care of me when I have things that come up like this. I've only been in this building about 3 weeks. I do not believe that this guy, he's an older gentleman, I don't believe that he was coordinating against me. I do not, however, know if she did not pay him to leave. Yeah. That is the one thing that I because I did have some cash. I had about 500,000 pesos. So she could have very much paid him 100,000 pesos to look the other way and come up with some kind of excuse, which I'm not opposed to saying that happened. But again, I'm waiting on the video to be released in order for me to be able to confirm or deny that. But I don't, nobody in terms of people that I work with. The gym that Titan Nutrition is in is a shared partnership. We pay the gym. The gym has the leasing space. We are renting a space.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah, sure.
So the people that would know you the best would be the woman that you're with. Do you think that maybe one of them wasn't happy about sharing you? Maybe she said it was cool to do this to you because, you know, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, I no, I mean, we don't have any malice. Like we're there.
Well, you mean you threw them overboard? You said so.
I did, but there's no malice in that. It was really one of those like I've asked you to work now several times to do very simplistic things.
Yeah, they weren't investing in the relationship either. So I mean, what was there to lose for them?
Yeah, I mean, listen, 100% that could be the case. I do not believe that, but it could have been. I mean, I posted the openings on Facebook. I just, it's really tough for me to believe, man. I'm in love with one of them. I can't believe that they would. I can't believe they put me in harm's way like that. I mean, with what was in my system, I should have died.
Yeah, so that makes you really vulnerable. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm on here talking about this stuff, but like, this shit is tough, man. Like, this is my real life.
Yeah, you're really being humbled right now. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, but okay, that was all I needed to ask. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate it. You had a minute left, so if there's anything else you could ask.
No, go ahead and give it to somebody else. Thank you.
No, we're not giving it to somebody else.
I know you can squeeze a minute. I know you got something.
I don't want to put this guy on. He's already going through it. He's already going through enough. It's okay.
Listen, come on, stop it. Stop holding the AK. You better let them guns bust.
Oh my gosh. Andrew, I'm good. Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day. Thank you.
You do the same. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, for everybody that's asking, like, this is my real life. I think I get so mad with some people in the text because like you guys are saying shit and you have no idea who I actually am.
Shit! I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying like I give so much of myself to so many people. I have 53 employees, and
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it for any of that, but like I know each one of my employees. I know their family. I know what they're doing. And so like this is it's a difficult spot to be in that I shouldn't be in. And like we talked about yesterday, the thing that I think is more upsetting about everything is that my circle in this point in time really should be able to lift me up, and they can't. All right, so who's next on board? We
got Ronin in the building, man. Let's get Ronin up here, man, and then.
All right. No, I'm not here for the no. I'm not here for the smoke. I'm organizing shit.
Okay.
I'm negotiating in the panel. Y'all can't even pay attention to my.
Okay, go ahead. Do your thing. Negotiate, nigga.
Yeah, negotiate in the panel. But at the end of the day, so like,
you want to get back up?
They can't hear me. I need them to be able to hear me. Okay, so social loaner wants to do a Cash App. He can't do a PayPal. So social loaner, I'm gonna tell you this: if you Cash App me, I will forward the Cash App to Neo for your minutes. But he doesn't. I don't think he has a Cash App for you to send it to right now.
Yeah, I wish I had a Cash App.
Right. So if you Cash App me, I will definitely send it right to him. So I don't have a problem with that.
And then you can notify us.
Rod 007, you said you gave $15. I need to see a screenshot to my email account.
Yeah. We need
proof. And I dropped my email into the chat because he's got to wait for the other lady to tell him she got it. So drop it in the email. If you sent 15, do a screenshot from your email and just forward it to my email, theronintravelers@gmail.com.
Thank you, Rod. I appreciate you. 007.
All right. Now, Rod, you offered the $150, brother. So if you want the $150 deal, then just go ahead and drop that, and he'll show you all the screenshots you want on the conversation.
Oh, man.
So you're the one that brought it up. That's where the $150 came from.
Okay.
But and then I think somebody else said they only needed about 5 minutes or whatever. Whatever that dollar amount is, drop it in a PayPal. And then send me a screenshot to theronintravelers@gmail.com. I can verify it and get you guys up here. But just keep me, all three of us up here, man, so they can hear me.
All right. No, I'm just letting you shine, baby. You
go ahead, buddy. You don't have to put me in the center. There you go.
I got you, bro. But you narrating the shit. You know,
Ronin, the season hot, ain't it, man? It's hot.
Hey,
I
cash out, bro.
I stopped packing for this. So.
Oh man, listen, I will definitely tell you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the question, but this is definitely this shit is tough, man. I mean, fellas, y'all heard. Look, Ronin, I sent you some text messages of our conversation with me and Andrew, and I told y'all, I was like, look, I got to make decisions right now. If I'm going to eat or I'm going to pay for an Uber and Metro to get to this location to use this computer. That's as humble as I could be. Like, that's real. I had $4 and I used that $4 to take the Metro and walked to get here in the fucking rain. And for those of you that are like, think I'm talking shit right now, like, this is my umbrella. Like, I literally walked here in the rain so that I could get on this computer and spent the money to eat, to get on here to share the most uncomfortable fuck up of my life with people that I don't even know. And Melissa, you're a woman, so most women have a higher level of emotional intelligence. But yeah, this situation is tough, man.
I don't know if that's gonna.
These lies are boring. Well, then why don't you tell me the lies that you want to hear, and I'll make it more interesting for you. I'm still wondering who wants to know about why they called the police, because like y'all, nobody has asked that question. The social.
Well, guys, if you guys want to help support the channel, please, and you guys can go ahead.
There was a brother that donated yesterday, Neo. He wanted to know if you would give him credit. He sent you $40 yesterday during our live.
Andrew sent. His name was Andrew.
Yeah. Well, don't say his real name. His government name. The brother sent you $40. He wanted to know if you were going to give him credit from yesterday for the day.
Unfortunately,
Andrew said it's some big money, man.
I really appreciate Andrew, but if I'm being honest with you, Andrew, my Airbnb stay for tonight has been covered with your help, and I appreciate that. So this is what I'll say to you. How about I give you credit by giving you half off whatever you want right now. So if you like 5 minutes, it costs you $2.50. Does that seem fair?
Andrew's coming through, man.
So he's got to give additional money. He ain't getting no credit from yesterday.
Well, yesterday was yesterday. I feel like that was the entertainment from yesterday. I'm just being honest.
Hey, that's a real thing. That's a real thing right there. That's all
I'm a businessman. People can't get on my calendar from yesterday and say, hey, we had an hour conversation that went 45 minutes. Can I call you today and get 15? It doesn't work that way.
Hey, what I did, I dropped the my Cash App into the chat. If you hit me up, since you don't have PayPal, somebody doesn't have PayPal, you send me the Cash App. I'll call it out right then, and then I'll send him a PayPal. You send me the Cash App, I'll send him a PayPal.
Ronan, hold on for a second. So Caribbean Casanova is in the building. Caribbean Casanova, did you donate? Did you donate to the chat? Did you donate some? Because if you did, you get your fame with him one-on-one.
And I mean, listen, if you're not here to talk to him, it's okay.
He's up here, so go ahead, Neo, check and see how much did you donate.
It's going to take him a minute.
He's like, I'm not up here to talk to him. He said, I'm not here to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to me. That's cool.
Okay, all right.
Caribbean, I spent a lot of time in the Caribbean, man. Barbados. My ex-wife was Guyanese. I love Aruba. We could talk about those things. But what I was going to say, the reality is like, some of these things, somebody was just talking about, I don't e-bag, I work for my money. And listen, I want to explain some things. I have some social media accounts that have millions of followers that don't have my name. They don't have my face. They're not connected to me in any other way other than the fact that I am the one that logs into them and posts the things that I post. And the thing that I'm telling you, I had a client, his name's Michael. He had 26 Etsy stores. And he came to my marketing agency, said, I need your help to get me traffic to websites. I'm gonna build out websites for each of these things. And when he told me he had 26 Etsy stores, I was like, real brother, what are you talking about? Why do you have 26 Etsy stores and need my help? I can't understand that. I was like, better yet, I will help you for free for 3 months if you teach me how you set up these 26 Etsy stores. And listen, this man is a genius, and he's young, man. He's in his 20s. And he doesn't do anything but take social media and funnel social media traffic to buy products that he never stocks. He drop ships everything from various locations through these things. And what the man taught me was, you don't actually ever have to really work. People that have the mindset of thinking you have to work really difficult or hard or blood, sweat, and tears and all stuff, the crazy stuff, that's just false. Money right now makes money. And if you learn how to do that, you'll never be in a position where well, I shouldn't say you'll never, because you could get drugged and scoped and then not have access to your money. But
I'm gonna let Caribbean Casanova come up here. Just let you know. He's
okay,
a tough
cool.
cookie. You know what I mean?
He gonna bring some heat.
He gonna bring some heat.
He gonna bring some heat.
I'm down.
By the way, I'm still waiting on those cash apps. If somebody else wants up on the panel, I need to see a cash app so I can PayPal.
Ronin, salute. What's up, gang?
What's going on, my brother? Salute. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
Go on, CC, man. I know you've been wanting to rip for a couple days now.
Not at all. It's just,
listen. He's trying to disarm you right now, Neo. Don't bite. Don't bite. He's trying to disarm you right now.
But I'm not even
ready. You gotta wait at least a couple weeks. I remember two sessions behind.
Drew. Hey, Drew, listen. You gotta be mindful of actually how you're presenting yourself, because if you've got your channel here where people are watching and they're donating, right? You have to give them the same value of that donation. That $40 was a lot of money, and at the end of the day, especially when the gentleman says that $40 paid for his room, if he doesn't want to give him the credit, then you're supposed to give him the credit because he was on your panel and that person donated because of you.
That was yesterday, brother. That was yesterday, and it was on my. It was on the Lions. Wait. It was on the Lions Den show, so that's why I had to ask Drew.
So it wasn't on. It wasn't on. Drew's show?
No, it was on. Lions Den.
Look at you, ready for the smoke.
All right. You good? You good?
And that's why. That's why I asked. That's why I asked, because it was kind of like a carryover from my show.
Drew, you was gonna get it, Drew. You lucky. All right, Ronin.
I got the
jump back in the chat.
And I'm not trying to slight anybody. Like, I appreciate the donations, and
but I mean, if you do it, if you really
yesterday.
But if you really did appreciate it, right? What value did he get yesterday? You should give him that value, because you said you're a businessman, especially if you're dealing with, I'm just going to finish my question. Let me finish my statement first. If you're a businessman and you're dealing with a client, that client gave you a $40 actual donation yesterday. He didn't feel like he got his value for his donation yesterday. So he's asking for that same value today. Now, if you're looking to continue with that relationship with that client, you're going to give that client the ability to at least come up for that 20 minutes without having to give additional, because you said you'd give him half the value, but you're asking for more money without giving more value. So this is just a business situation. So anyway, I'm off. I'm gonna jump off. Y'all figure it out.
No. CC, don't go nowhere yet. Don't go nowhere. You can't come off. Wait, you can't come up here, fire off a couple rounds, and then try to jump up off out of here, lawyer. Okay. So let me say this. Drew was on the panel yesterday, by the way. Drew was on the panel yesterday. Now, I don't know if he asked Neo any direct questions or he kind of gave him a pass. I think the energy he wanted was to come from you. So you don't need to disappear. You up here now. So don't just come up here and fire shots and just try to disappear.
Whoa, what shots? I didn't throw any shots.
Bruh, come on.
Hey.
Go ahead. If you got questions, brother, go ahead and ask. He already here.
He tried to say I took the $40 and I didn't want to give it back.
I didn't say that.
No. It was on the show from last night. But and that's why I asked about credit.
He was thinking with somebody else though, but he was aiming them shots.
Is it okay? Can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
Sure.
So.
And Rod did pay some money, so Rod has 15 minutes.
I really am appreciative of everyone that donated yesterday, but that was on the Lions Den, and that show was yesterday, and that money is gone. So like, I'm on here right now, not saying I don't appreciate those things from yesterday, but the people that donated yesterday were because their heart led them to help me, which I really appreciate yesterday. Now, if I am not doing something or answering something or giving them value for today, and they don't want to contribute, I understand that. But I am a business person. And again, if someone books an hour call with me and they pay me for the hour, and then they only use 40 minutes for whatever the reason is, they can't call me later in the week and say, hey man, I had 20 minutes left from that call. Can I use that? Nah, bro, that was yesterday.
Like, but that's bad business, because what you did was you didn't give them the value of what you said you would give them for that $100 for that hour. You see, at the end of the day, what you're saying is they didn't use if they use 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you won't give them value of that 30 minutes. Again, as a businessman, you're allowed to do whatever kind of business practices that you'd like, but that will not retain any customers. That will not create any sort of appreciation or any sort of where they feel like they are wanting to continue this. Now, again, you can do what you want as your business, right?
Okay, so I appreciate that. And this is what I always tell my clients that come to me and trying to grow their businesses. You don't want every client. And that's the tough thing.
But you want their money.
Like, hold on. You talk. Let me talk. You don't want every client, because I personally, I have 48 clients right now that I coach nutritionally and in life in general. And if you get on my calendar and then you sacrifice your 20 minutes, you can't come to me at some other time later and be like, yo, and listen, it's the same for me. I have a life coach and I have a therapist. I have an hour therapy session every Thursday. If for some reason it was a heavy conversation, I can't stop crying, whatever the thing is, I can't hit my therapist up later, 4 days later, and be like, hey, listen, I got like a 15-minute conversation and we ended at 45 minutes on Thursday. So, can you hit me with a 15-minute call? She's going to be like,
that's not the correlation at all, because what you just said is 2 points. You first said that you don't want every client. So the client that you're referring to,
I think they want money later on because the time that they didn't utilize.
But
I don't want that client.
But again, right? So this is not someone asking for a handout. This is someone just asking for the value and getting the full value of what they paid for. But okay, let's say that's not the case. But why would you say you don't want that client? I just don't understand, because with the mindset, what you're making it seem as if the client should not expect to get the full 60 minutes for the $100. Now, if you feel like you have
minutes for the $100 at that point in time, that's what I'm trying to say to you. I don't want the client that thinks they should get.
I agree that you're allowed to run your business how you want. But now I can see why you're sitting here e-begging, because your business is doing horrible, or you wouldn't actually have to come up here and ask for money. Because if you were running that business
properly. Thank you. And I'm no longer entertaining any other questions you have, Caribbean Casanova.
First of all, I didn't come to talk to you. I came to talk to them. You do realize this is Andrew's channel. And if you're going to be e-begging on Andrew's channel, you're going to have to deal with the people that support Andrew. Now, at the end of the day, the reason why I'm up here is because the people in the chat that support him and that consistently pull up to his channels and that consistently comment on his channels and that consistently super chat him when he's actually monetized are the ones that are sitting here that are important. You are the entertainment for us. You make sure that as a businessman, you recognize your position, because this is not your business. This is not your channel. You're here asking for a handout. So if you're asking for a handout, you come with a humble head. You come with a humble disposition, and you act like a person that's looking for actually assistance. The same way Drew helped you actually pay for your Airbnb because you make horrible decisions in life, the same way you can't afford to pay your 53 or 52 employees because you make horrible decisions in life, the same way that you can't run your business. This is not your business. This is not your business. This is what I'm trying to make sure you understand. You are in the wrong place. If you want to run things, then you go live in your millions and millions of actual subscribers. You have all these other platforms with millions of people. Go live there. Why don't you have all those millions of people pull up and actually show you? You're a goddamn fraud. If you're sitting here talking to me, you make sure that you speak straight. Because I'm not from New York. I was born in New York. So when a sucker is over here scamming and sitting there pretending to be in a polyamorous relationship, when the only relationship you're in is being scammed by females that look at and see a sucker. If you wasn't such a sucker, and if you didn't run your business like a sucker, you would actually have money and you wouldn't be over here e-begging. You wouldn't be worried about a few dollars. Laptop, my nigga, I hand out laptops for Christmas, like 6 or 7 of them. When you're talking about being a businessman and you're talking about you got your hand out, you're not running that over here.
It was a MacBook Pro Extreme chip. Okay, so just drop that in the PayPal because you hand out laptops, and I would greatly appreciate that.
No, because you don't give me the value. Because at the end of the day, if I gave you a laptop today, tomorrow you would forget it. You wouldn't even say, "Yo, you know what? He gave me a laptop, so today let me give him a little few minutes." I may not give him 40 minutes of value, but here you can have 5 minutes. Because of you, I was able to sleep last night, not on the street.
I think that's what I said when I was like, you know what, we could do whatever it is, and we're gonna.
No, you said you wanted more money.
I said that. I did say that, which is value. Now, it may not be the value that you want.
First of all, it's not talking about me. I'm talking about the individual that actually paid for your Airbnb the last night. You see, this is what you're showing. What you're showing is that you actually don't value your clients. You actually don't value the people that donate. You actually don't value the women that is actually in your bed. You want to sit there and give them 25%, but you expecting them to do what? 100% of the posting? First of all, 25% only means that they're only going to get an actual value out of 25 cents of every dollar. Nobody's going to work for 25 cents on every dollar and do all the heavy lifting. What that is, that's an actual referral fee. That's the commission you're paying for utilizing their actual visuals. That's the commission you're paying for utilizing their beauty. That's the visuals. That's the money that you're paying for their actual the actual women that's doing that. Don't sit here and try to pretend as if you're doing them a favor by giving them 25%. You're supposed to do the work. If you're getting 75% of the actual money, you do 75% of the work. That means you do the video recording. That means you do the posting. That means you do all the media marketing. Stop sitting here pretending as if the little fucking bullshit ass goddamn value that you say. You don't set the value. We as the customer and the client sets the value. If you don't understand that, perhaps you should go to business school. This is what happened when y'all drop out of actual college, y'all. But I'm gonna let the man talk.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Okay, hold up. Pull me back up real quick.
Yeah,
all right, so Social Loaner and Pad both have paid.
Okay.
So
Let
Social Loaner send me a cash app.
Talk to this nigga. Hey, yo,
and I'm gonna send you a PayPal.
Peace,
okay.
y'all.
Hey, appreciate
come back home, Korea, if you can. Man.
Come back up
home.
here in a little while.
I'll be
but
back later. I got things to do.
Take a breath, brother. Go take a go hit that J. Go hit that J. But anyway, Social Loaner has paid the cash app. I will forward you the $15 for the cash app, Neo. And then Pat has paid as well. He sent me a screenshot of a PayPal payment of $15 as well. So you're going to have two 15-minute timers for both Social Loaner and for Pad 007. Am I saying Rod? I'm sorry, Rod. Why am I saying Pad? Rod 007. My bad, brother.
So, Ronin, Ronin and Neo, we got two other people here waiting on the panel. We got Kings and we got what was his name? Med? He might have MEND.
Hey, if they ain't paid, the link is there, but the link ain't for everybody. I'm sorry. Right now, we are doing a mini fundraiser, and the fundraisers for this brother on here, and he's willing to give you his time.
I'm gonna let Kings get at it because he's been a subscriber of mine for a while, so I'll give him a free. You know what I mean? So I'm
all right, but Social Loaner, you're good. Go ahead and hit the link, and Rod 007, go ahead and hit the link.
Yeah, let's let New York City Kings.
Wait, hold on. Are we doing 2-on-1?
No, he's just gonna bring you one. He's gonna bring you one at a time.
I'm gonna bring.
Cool.
I'm gonna
I just want to make sure I
New
set the
York
timer
City
correctly.
All right, no. Well, I'm gonna get New York Kings to talk to you one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go down for a little bit. I'll give him about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes, New York City Kings, because we know you could be dreadful. We gotta give him 5 minutes. All right. So old man Wyndham syndrome. All right. So Ronin and Mr. Show is gonna step down. We're gonna have New York City Kings and MEND. I don't know. I might let you on here, brother. It just depends. I don't know who you are, but you have to go after New York City Kings. I'll probably give you a pass because I don't know who you are, but I'm curious to know who you are. So I'm gonna let New York. I'm just giving two free passes. I'm gonna let New York City Kings go, and I'm gonna let MEND go. And then after that, hey, you guys gotta put in some. All right, let's step down.
I got the 5 minutes up and ready when you're ready.
New York, go ahead. Oh, okay. That's Social Learner. How much did you donate, Social Learner? So that way we can go ahead and give you. Oh, fuck it. I'll give you. Yeah, you did donate. So
is this 15 or 5?
5 minutes. No, we can't do 15 with him. 5.
Okay, so I'm at 5, but you're muted.
Hey, New York. You got.
All right, I'm here. Yo, I'm sitting here trying to figure this out, and Rivian Casanova couldn't have said it anyone better. Most of us are on this panel, Ronnie and Rue and Casanova and me. We got money, so we don't fare well to e-begging. Now, if you so have all this stuff going on, why you on this panel begging for money, bro? That's not what men do. You need to take care of yourself, bro. Anytime I got into a barrel of water like you are, I get myself out. This is embarrassing to you, bro. And I'm saying that with the utmost respect, okay? Because men don't beg. Men find their way out of the problems. Think about it. You got all these nutritional fruit bars and all this other stuff, but you ain't got no money. This is not what we do here. You know what I'm saying? We work hard and we play hard. So I couldn't say it more better than Caribbean Casanova said it. You're here for our entertainment because you put yourself in that predicament. You gotta understand, this is public media, and it don't go nowhere. So you're making yourself look bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got robbed. You got to take that on the chin. You got to take that on the chin and move on. You know what I'm saying? You can't get on the newspapers and everybody say, "Can you all help me?" Come on, man, get it together. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate Andrew giving me a slice of the panel, but yo, you got to do better, bro. You really do, and I'm saying that with the utmost respect. You know, and even though you're talking strong, you know, you make yourself look bad, especially with dudes that got money. You know what I'm saying? We could get you out of your problem in seconds, but it ain't our problem to do that. A man got to find his way out of his problem. All right, you charging people for minutes to talk to you, bro. Does that make sense? That's far beneath any of us on this panel. Beneath. Okay? Ain't none of us on this panel beg for money. None of us. We in years, we never got on here and asked for nobody for no money. Okay? We all travel the world, the four of us. Ronnie, King, CC, and Andrew. Andrew ain't never got abandoned and stuck. I ain't never got robbed and stuck, and I've been around the world. You got to do better, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're embarrassing yourself, straight up. And I can't even say I feel bad for you, but I can't respect you either. All right, I appreciate the time on the panel. Anybody else want to come up? I just got to keep it G, yo. All right? I'm out.
Did you want me to? I guess okay. So there's no response to that. And then
I'm gonna give a freebie. Well, social media is on here. I'm gonna have social media have one-on-one with him because he did donate. So, how many minutes, Ronin? Do you know? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look at the private chat real quick. If social wanna let us know how many minutes.
I donated $15. Well, 16.
15. Okay.
You
so
sound
15
really
minutes.
low, brother.
He donated $15.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Go ahead, social. Go ahead,
15
social. You got
minutes.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Well, if I go over, I'm more than happy to send more. You know that is not an issue. I have several questions because I'm just tuning in, so I'm not understanding everything that's happening. But essentially, from what I'm hearing, is that you're currently stranded, you got robbed, and you are a man of means who have businesses, 54 people employed. How is it that from one robbery that you're currently destitute?
Okay, so a couple things. I'm not destitute. This is what people don't like, and this is. I'm glad you're asking the question so we can clarify. I have money. I'm not hurting for money. I am hurting for access to money. Meaning I am not someone that is traveling temporarily where I can say, okay, you know what? I got robbed. I'm just going to take a flight back home. I don't have a home in the United States. I live here. Now, the problem with that is when you get robbed and they take all of your things, like all of your things, computer, my telephone, the things that you would use to do 2FA verifications to get into things, I do not have. So I do not have access to my money. I do not have access to it. Meaning right now, if I try logging into my anything, I can't get into it, right? So now that said, no big deal. If I were in the United States and something like this happened, I would not be asking for any type of help because I would take my ass into a bank and I would get my stuff situated. I could verify myself. I could go get a temporary ID. Like I could go do the things that anybody else would do when they're living in the country where they reside and where they're a citizen. I am not a citizen of Colombia. And my only solution would be if somebody wanted to buy me a plane ticket and we go back to the US, which we could do that. If somebody wants to buy me a plane ticket, I'll go back to the US and I'll go get my money and come back. We could do that. But that would cost a lot too when I'm really just waiting on the mail. I'm waiting on my things to arrive in the US for those things to come here, which is why nobody is sending me money, right? Like the money is going to my friend.
Not to cut you off, but that also poses another question. if you're somebody that's currently you're saying you have money, you have access to money, so
I
you
don't
do
have
not have.
access. I do not
So
have access.
apologies, I misspoke. You do not have access to money, but yet you have money. You employ 54 people, and so
53.
and so. Why is it that you're not able to get a loan to hold you off from those individuals that you could easily pay back once the mail arrives?
How do you want me to? Let me ask you a question. How do you want me to qualify for a loan? How do you want me to
No,
confirm
what
my
I mean
identity
is,
for?
for instance, for myself, if something would happen to me, I have several people I can get in contact with besides people on social media. I can be like, hey guys, this is currently happening. I need y'all to send me $500. I got you in 2 weeks. So where's your
I love that
community?
question. I love that question. That question came up last night, and we started talking about a couple things. We talked about my divorces. We talked about the fact that I no longer speak to my family at all because of how things happen with my last divorce.
That's Crash family. That's Crash family. I mean,
You're asking me. I'm telling you. I'm trying to
you're
tell
an
you the
older
other things.
gentleman. You must have some form of people, unless you've gotten loans from everybody around you that you did not pay back, and now you aren't able to ask those people. Because even myself, I'm a foster kid, by myself, and I don't really have family, but I have several friends who are more than happy and with no question would send me money if I had an issue. Actually, I had an issue when I was in Brazil once. I called somebody, hey, bro, I need 500. 5 seconds later, I had my 500 until I could access my money. So
Okay,
I
so
don't.
there's a couple things. I'm not gonna go with the fact that like money can't just be sent to me. Like that's why again, this money is not coming to me. I haven't asked anybody to send me like a Western Union or send me cash because I can't receive it. Right? Like I don't have an ID and I'm in
But you
country.
have 54 employees. You have
You're
54
asking me. I
employees.
want to answer the question so you
But
have the
but but
answer. Brother.
you have 54 employees. All those individuals would be more than happy to receive the money and their name for you. So so you're
Put
trying
the
to answer
money in
the
whose
question.
name? Put the money in whose name?
If you have 54 employees, I'm assuming they would trust you enough, especially that you've been paying them to receive money in their name for you from somebody of
Receive it
name.
where? They're not here in the. They're not here in Colombia. I live in Colombia. I don't have employees here.
So
That
you
was the
have
whole
no,
reason this
so
girl robbed me is because it was an
you
interview.
have no friends. You have no friends since you've been living in. How long have you been in Colombia?
I've been in Colombia 6 years. No, my friends here in Colombia. We talked about this last night. This is what I was trying to say to you. I wanted to answer those questions,
Oh,
but you
please.
didn't. You don't want me to continue. Because if not, I'll let you continue answering or asking
No,
the
please,
things that
please
you like.
continue. It just doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense to me. So all the kind of answers you're giving don't make sense. So I'm just trying to. But go ahead, answer the question so we can have you on record.
But listen, brother. I'm not on here. I'm really not on here to argue with anybody. I'm
It's
not.
not.
So and I'm not
It's not an
taking.
argument. It's not an argument at all.
Brother. I'm trying. I'm respectfully listening to what you're saying because I want to be able to respond to you. What I'm trying to say to you in this moment is, if you allow me to, I will answer your questions and then some. But you have to allow me to actually answer your questions.
All right,
When I
please do
start
so.
answering your questions, you stop to start asking me more questions, but you haven't let me answer the original questions.
Okay, please
So
go ahead.
can you give me a second to answer the original question you asked me, which is why my circle is not strong enough to support me?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So the reason why is because I don't have a strong circle. I don't have a strong circle of men specifically to support me. Now, part of that is because my strong circle that would have been my strong circle got split up when I got divorced. And when I got divorced, I came to Colombia. And so I'm talking like my closest friends. I was married for 7 years. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've been divorced or been in that situation before, but those relationships all take a side. And it doesn't matter what side they take. When you then have a problem and you say, hey, I need you to send me $500, every single man in those relationships talked to their wife and said, yo, man, you're a smart guy. I know you're going to figure it out. You always get through everything you ever get through. You solve problems for everybody. I know you'll figure this out. You got this. And I also want to say most of them are from a Christian background. And it was surprising to me as well. Not only that, but before all of this, I called the churches where I have tithed over 6 figures and said, hey, I need you to send me $250, $300. And I'm not talking small churches. I'm talking big churches of places where I have, again, supported and tithed into, sown into, and got goose eggs in response. Now, I agree with you. I think I should have a circle of people that are stronger to want to support me in that sense, which is also why I said last night, you're 100% right. I've diminished my value in so many different areas that this really is not about this chick that I interviewed. It's about the bad decisions I've made even before then for the people that I've helped without looking for a return on value in any of those things. So like that's the reason for it. Now, the response of my employees. I don't have employees here in Colombia. And the people that are here in Colombia, they have helped me. They've given me food. They've transported me. They've done things to help me. The only reason I'm here now and don't look horrible is from people helping me. But they help me in the sense of what they can do. And what they could do is not ask or handle the questions or weight of the problems that I have at this current moment. And the other thing is that this is a temporary thing, right? Like I've got basically 10 business days before my stuff arrives at the latest in the US. And then it'll be overnighted to me here in the aspects where that can happen. You can overnight it hard, but
let me ask you a question. What is it that you need? What exactly that you need? Just
say that again?
Because honestly, tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow, so if you have your stuff, where's your stuff currently now?
Where's what stuff? I don't have any stuff. This happened on Thursday of last week.
So you're shipping things. Because what I'm saying, I'll personally fly down there and bring you your shit. Because I'm very curious to see all this unfold. Because none of it makes sense.
What do you mean all this on a phone? I don't. Because I'm sorry.
You have to think about it, right? You're talking to relatively intelligent individuals, and we know how things should be. You've been in the country for 6 years. You should have relationships with people that would look out for you. I've been in places where I was for 2 weeks, and there was an issue when I was out in Colombia, and my car stopped working because I was supposed to be back in the States, and I couldn't call nobody to get it to turn back on. The one guy said, hey, just come back tomorrow. I know you. You'll come back tomorrow. It's so very easily. So
you're telling me what you're saying is like the people at the apartment complex would just be like, all right, we'll give you the week until you get your stuff back.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that would be a great idea.
None of this makes sense. It's still, to me, if I may say it, to me, it seems like you've been into a country, you were doing a lot of pay for play, living the best life possible. Your money is gone, or was really dwindled down, and now then you have this quote unquote robbery that took place, and now you're destitute. And
okay, so what you're saying is I made up a story about getting robbed and drugged so that I could get people to send me money.
Because this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. To be on YouTube right now telling people, you got to give this much money to talk to me and things like that, it sounds like somebody who's currently destitute and needing a way to make some money. Because it doesn't make sense. You've been somewhere for 6 years, living somewhere for 6 years, and not have close enough relationships with people willing to look out for you doesn't make sense. Unless you've exhausted those people and you cannot go back to them because they know your character. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
Who's your daddy?
Have you been in a country that you lived in for more than a year? Anywhere?
I've been all over the world. I've been to 50 countries.
I didn't ask you if you've been all over the world. I've been to 73 countries. I'm asking you if you have been someplace that you lived in consistently for over a year. Yes or no? Outside of the United States or wherever your country is.
Well, I wasn't born here, but no. I saw the question that you're trying to ask. No, why?
Because those things are different, man. This is what I keep trying to explain to people.
They're not different. They're not different.
I'm sorry. It is different. And this is the thing I brought up yesterday. I just want to say this. It is different. You cannot send me a Western Union. Even if I had my passport with me right now, you could not send me a Western Union because there's no way for me to receive it in cash.
You're not hearing what I'm telling you. I don't necessarily have to send it to you. You should have a friend, one of your girlfriends, so quote unquote your girlfriends. They should have their IDs. And
let me ask you a question. So you're telling me that I want to call one of my friends that I just told you about with the aspects of choosing sides, and then say, hey, listen, can you send me money to this country that's outside of the U.S.? Tell your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, and you're going to send it to this girl because she's my girlfriend. Are you cool with that? And listen to what I'm saying to you. I have already had these conversations. I can show you the text messages.
That makes no sense. If you are my friend, and we have that relationship in which there is trust, there would be no issue. And I don't think no reasonable adult have no issue. Be like, especially if they're able to talk to you and verify that to you visually or whatever verification that they might need. Be like, hey, man, I'm currently stuck right now. I have no identification, but I do need some money until my stuff comes in. Oh, yeah, no problem. You can find a stranger. Be like, listen, I'll give you $20 if I could just receive this money in your name.
So let's be clear here. Excuse me for 1 second. Let's just be clear here because you keep talking about if we had these friends, right? So my friend, my closest friend in the world, is the person that's helping me in the situation right now. And I have been very transparent. I don't think I've sent it to Drew, but Ronin has seen straight conversations from my friend in navigating the things that I'm navigating right now, who can absolutely say, hey, yeah, like I'm helping as much as I can with the things that I can, but I'm not in a position to be able to help with that. And the reality is that most of the friends that I keep are in that position, which is okay. I get it. But that's just the reality of the friends that I
don't have to cut you off because all this is sound like bullshit, so it's very hard for me to keep hearing you talk about it.
I don't know, but ask Ronin. At Ronin, I sent you a conversation this morning with Karen.
Essentially, you're saying is you are a man who's able to employ 50-something people, have businesses, do all this, and yet your close circle is not able to loan you $500 for maybe a week or two. That doesn't make sense.
It may not make sense, brother, but that is the reality of the situation. And if they could, my friends would not be accepting the PayPal for me. My friend would not be accepting that PayPal. She'd send me the $500.
She's accepted because the quality of people you said you have around you is not quite the quality of reality.
No, she's accepting it because she understands how I live my life, and I live my life as a person that helps other people. I'm not in a situation in a place where I'm in a surrounded by people that help me. That's just the reality. Which is no different than the story I just told you about the women that I have that are literally taking everything from me in leeches and not giving back. And we talked about the value and the aspects of my therapy and the things that came out in this whole process of all of it, and the things that needed to be changed.
You've allowed that. You've allowed that.
I have 100%. I'm not. This is not me saying. This is not me disagreeing with you.
You say you
this is not me disagreeing with you in any way, shape, or form.
You say you do business coaching, help people. If I'm not mistaken,
my business. Wait a second. My businesses have no problems. My employees have no issues being paid. All of that stuff already happens. Like there's nothing that's changed with that.
You have 54 employees, quote unquote.
53, brother. I'm not going to
53 employees, quote unquote. Doesn't make it any better. And they can't loan you money. Be like, hey guys, this is currently happening. I'm your boss, knowing that you pay them. 53 people. They can come together. They can't get $2 together.
You want my employees to send me? You want me to have my employees send money to one of my girlfriends or people here in Colombia? Is what you're saying?
If I have employees. If I was in a situation, any of them would help me because they know I pay them, and they understand the situation. It's a human to human interaction. Unless there's something else going on, it doesn't make sense. You cannot have.
Wait a second. No excuses. How can I show my bank balance if the whole problem I have right now is I can't enter my banks?
Listen, I'm not perfect. I could be in a situation and things can go left, right? Shit, maybe one day I might have to do one of these little scams and be like, hey guys, social loaner is stuck in Colombia or whatever I gotta be stuck at, and get
just listen. I know you said that you were cool. We got 30 seconds left. If you want to throw more, or you want to talk
add
more,
another 10. Add another 10. I'm not done. Add another 10. No issue.
Hold on. Let me add. Hold on.
Because
guys, are we good with? I'm not running.
No. Go ahead. He's cooking, bro.
No,
so I'm gonna add the 10.
Did you see how I said I add another 10 without having to send the money because my name is good?
Your name is good with who? I was about to ask you to send it to Ronin.
No, what I'm saying is I don't have to send it right away because my name is good. There's credit to my name. So this is why I'm saying like it doesn't make sense because you cannot be a man who has 50 businesses.
Hold on. I haven't started the timer, brother.
Okay, add the timer. Add the timer.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, none of this makes sense. A person who has bars
because nothing makes sense because I'm not a perfect individual because I've made mistakes because I don't have the circle that I should have around me.
It's not even about making a mistake. It's the story doesn't add up. You can pick
the story doesn't add up because you're not living the story. But I'm sitting here telling you that I've made a mistake. I should have a better circle around me. I should have a better, higher value of the people that I allowed to accept in my life, the people that I should share time with. I said all of these things, and you said,
do you partake in pay for play? Do you partake in pay for play?
What?
Do you do the pay the ladies for the pay for play?
No, this has nothing to do with paying for play, and I haven't done that in years. I haven't had any of those type of sugar baby relationships probably since the first year I've been here.
Okay, because I see people are saying that you could always be seen in Parker Addis, and I don't take the chat necessarily seriously. But are you somebody that frequents those kind of areas?
First off, and I don't know if Ulysses is on because I can't see the regular chat, but I lived in Bejo for the last 3 years. I don't hang out in Parque Guedes. The last time I was in Parque Guedes, which again is on my YouTube, like you should talk about these things. I broke somebody's arm and cut somebody else. Like I do not hang out in those areas. I do not like being in any of the places.
You broke somebody's arm? Can you?
I did, yeah, because they tried to steal my phone.
What's up with you and the people all trying to rob you? Is there a particular reason?
It's Colombia, bro. And when you're in those tourist areas, which is again why I lived in Bejo for 3 of those years, I don't. I literally came to Medellin. I lived in Sabaneta where I am. Well, not where I am right now, but where I'm living currently. The first year I was here, and then I moved north, and I never came back. And the only reason I came back now is because of the daughter that was in this relationship whose school is in the south. But I don't stay that way.
So correct. I just want to have the facts. So currently,
I have an Android phone, by the way, and this is an iPhone 6. So, and it's not my iPhone 6. Someone lent it to me. So the person that's asking about Apple Pay is a no. Continue.
So currently, right now, you have nowhere to stay.
No, I have somewhere to stay. I'm in an apartment.
So
my friend is paying for. The PayPal that you guys are sending, and she's taking care of.
Okay, so prior to that doesn't even make sense, because prior to that, before the robbery, you were staying somewhere, right?
Yes, I was in an apartment in a barrio that I moved out of with the girls.
And you were staying in a
barrio.
I said
3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was a barrio in Envigado.
That was close to school. And quote unquote, the income level you was at. Why were you staying in a barrio?
Did you just not hear what I just said? Like, this is what I'm saying. When you guys are like, "Oh, it doesn't make sense," it's because you guys are trying to push the agenda that you have in your mind. But
I'm asking you the question. Answer the question.
So I only lived where I was living because of the daughter in our relationship, and it was close to her school. And based on where that was, for the proximity to the school, for the nanny, and for everything else, is why we lived there. Which I also said and made very clear, I was very uncomfortable there. And the reason in the day that I woke up and was smoking and talking to my friend that was like, "Yo, this is a business. You're not getting your return on investment. You need to move on this differently." That was how this changed. The women did not take me for anything. That's not it. They took his soul.
Listen, from my understanding, I'm thinking this. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong on any point. I think you went to Colombia with the intention that you was going to be able to do cam girls or whatever, make some money, and do all that.
For 6 years. For 6 years.
Listen,
have you not? And I've dated webcam girls. Those videos are up. So
listen, it's quite easy for that to happen. It can take time depending on how.
I've already done. You can look at the videos I have up. I've already had my webcam times. I've dated a webcam model. I've like we talk about all that stuff. That's years ago, man. Years ago. And I wasn't paying for. There was no pay for play in that time either.
So if I was to fly to Colombia tomorrow, if I was to go to Colombia tomorrow, all this would be verifiable.
100%. The guy's computer that I'm using just met me and went through all of this. He's from, by the way, he's from New York. His name is Han. Okay, lived in Denver. And I literally met him when I was in the barbershop getting a haircut from my first barber here, helping me out. And he was like, "Holy shit, I can't even believe all this." He literally is doing this because of all the things that he verified in the time of meeting me and going through this process. So like, everybody can say whatever they want to say. I have not shared not one lie in any of the things that I said. So you guys keep saying he's that. No. I'm saying this because I'm listening and I'm reading all these comments, and you guys are saying everything that you're saying, which is fine. But it doesn't change the fact that the only problem here that occurred is that I got caught with my ass out. And I don't have, because of my divorce, because of me leaving my divorce in those relationships and then leaving the fucking country. Like, you guys aren't actually putting real timelines together, right? I told you guys when I got here, which was right around the pandemic. And me being here since then, after getting divorced, those relationships don't survive. They don't survive, especially through the pandemic. And now I'm in a spot where, yes, I do have some relationships. Like Ulysses, who sent me a car, Ulysses, who sent me a car to go find where the people live that stole my stuff. Or Benny, who gave me the cash that I had now to be able to use and get to the metro here. He's from Australia. So it's not that I don't have friends. It's not that I don't have people that are looking out for me and taking care of me. Those people just don't have the significance to help me in the way that it would be beneficial. And again, I could share and show those messages. Like, yo, Benny was like, "Yeah, I could get you for 100,000, but I'm tight right now. So is that cool? Will I help you?"
For how much?
I'm sorry? And Rod, yo, you want a flower from Cartagena? Knock yourself out. If you want to, you can pay for the Airbnb. I got a 2-bedroom. You can stay in the other bedroom until my shit gets here. Like, okay. Like, this is what I'm saying. There's no dishonesty. Come through it.
I don't get it. So you're currently staying Airbnb with 2 bedrooms currently?
I am, yes. I was in the Airbnb before I got robbed, bro. Like, I wasn't trying to move. You want me to move?
But I heard somebody pay for your Airbnb yesterday.
Yeah, Karen is paying for my Airbnb now. You know what happens when you can't and you just wind up changing the reservation to somebody else? I don't understand why that's odd.
Yeah, but
I couldn't pay for it. What was I supposed to do?
But even it doesn't make sense. It
doesn't make sense that I couldn't pay for an Airbnb if somebody stole my phone where my Airbnb is logged in.
Well,
how does that not make sense? I don't understand.
First of all, you've been somewhere for 6 years. You've been living in Colombia for 6 years or something like that, on and off, whatever.
I've been here for 6 years. Yes.
Why are you still on Airbnb? Why wouldn't you have
Dude, you're not listening. This is what I'm saying. You guys got to do a better job of connecting dots. I told you, I left out of the apartment from the barrio with the girls 3 weeks ago and came into this apartment, which I did on Airbnb. Also, I also said earlier, I will be here until Bogota until July, and I'm going to Bogota, which is why I'm in an Airbnb now because I'm going to open up the Titan Nutrition Shop in Bogota. And if you knew about Colombia and how they rent, I don't rent the Airbnb daily. I am right now in this moment as I'm waiting for my things here, but I pay for it monthly. And so the reason that happens is because it's cheaper to do that than to get an apartment and then fully furnish it. Because the Airbnb is cheaper, which is why a lot of people are here, living here permanently, years after year after year, and do that. And again, that was only based on Neos Poly and the other things that we were doing. The 3 years that I was living in Bejo was my personal apartment. Keep going. And you saying businessman staying in Bejo, you just don't understand Bejo, but that's cool.
Honestly, brother, I have no fight in this. I don't know what your motivation is besides you're currently in a financial situation, financial bind, and you've exhausted all your resources, on friends and things like that, because it makes no sense to be at the level of what you're claiming to be and have not one person who is able to help you. That you have to come online and ask strangers for $5.
I'm sorry. It is not that I don't have one person to help me. And it's also not that I need to keep going on here, right? Like the reality is I was on the Lions Den yesterday. If on the Lions Den, everybody that keeps talking this big game, I got all this money to help, drop 150 in the chat. Nobody's done it. Everybody keeps talking all of this nonsense about I'm so this, I'm so that. If I was getting on somebody's channel with somebody talking this kind of shit about anybody else's situation, I would literally be like, yo, here's 150. I could do that. Now talk shit. Otherwise, don't sit in here and send me $10 and think you're about to demean me and act like you're at some high place that you're talking about all of these things. Because the reality is, for me, financially, if I was listening to this and I wanted to be like, oh, you know what, this is bullshit, I would say it with my money. Because right now, all you're telling me is that you're in this big high place. Caribbean Casanova got in here talking about all of this stuff. You know what? If you guys want to say that, and then you're like, people don't pay for money. Therapists get paid every single day for talking. That's what therapists get paid for. Lawyers get paid on retainer without doing shit just because of the fact that they're on retainer. So there are a bunch of people in other positions that are being paid to have conversations. So don't act like I'm on the internet having a conversation and it doesn't have value.
It's not necessarily about the value. So which the point you're trying to make is
listen, I'm just saying that I am a businessman and everybody's over here talking about all this money they got. You got 50 seconds left.
You don't make no sense. Add another 5 minutes. It doesn't add another 10 minutes. I don't care.
Listen, I haven't seen a PayPal for that come in. So you send another 15. Someone shows me a screenshot, we can continue.
My name is good. Don't worry about it.
No, your name is not good with me, bro. I don't know you. You're talking to me right now.
Anybody here will vouch for me. I'll send you the money. No problem. Actually, give me a second. Essentially, you make no sense. One, you're hyper-focused on the money, which means the money is the real issue and your real motivation. Because the idea that you're saying, oh, if people talking all this big shit, send 150, send this much, send this much. For what reason why people would really want to do that?
My point is that you guys are saying
the benefit of that? What's the benefit of that? To prove a point to you that we're in a high place. It's like when people say, loan me $5, God will bless you. God bless me. That's why I have $5. Don't worry. Let me listen.
Oh, okay. I got Caribbean Casanova waiting in the background. All
right.
Social. If you want to hang out for a little bit, I'll let you back on here and let you crack at it. But Caribbean has been waiting for a while. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Caribbean. 2 minutes. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Wait. You want to get up, Ronin, or nah? Yeah. You want to get up? All right. You got something to say?
So Rod 007. You paid? Did you not want to come up, or did you pay for somebody else to come up? Explain, because you should have already hit the link and been in the background. So Rod, are you not coming up and you're passing out on to somebody else? What's up? They paid for you? Okay. All right, that's legit. Well, he said I need my 15 minutes. Rod, which one is it? Are you paying for Casanova?
I don't know. Well, I'm really interested to hear what Casanova.
Yeah, he said Caribbean. Yeah, he said Caribbean. Go ahead, rock. Let it rock.
Okay. So you want me to continue?
And then social loaner, I know you good because you just sent me another one, and I knew you would be.
Social loaner, we hang on here, bro. You ain't going nowhere.
Social loaner just started the $10 that he said on credit. He just hit me for the $10.
All right, cool.
I'll be forwarding that to you, Neo.
Hold on. We did the 10, but he just said he wanted
the 10. But yeah, if he wants to go again, you're saying he needs to spot some more money. Okay, so he did pay up to 10, and I'm about to send you the PayPal for that. Okay, so just to let you know.
Hey, is there any fees associated with you sitting here in the money? I don't want you to take that.
Brother, don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it, brother.
Hey, social learner, you still in the circle, man. Just hang on the background for a little bit. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna go ahead.
Put me back down now. And like I said, if you see me waving,
we'll get RØDECaster over
up.
this bit, man, because he's about to turn Super Saiyan. This motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Neo, I'm not here to bash you, guy. I think you're just missing the actual point. The biggest issue right now is the demeanor, right? So let me give you an example. The reason why people are actually...
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. How much time am I putting on the timer? I just want to make sure I keep myself honest with everybody.
Well, just so you understand, he just gave another $25 for me.
Okay, so I'm putting 25 minutes on?
You could go ahead and click whatever you need.
25, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what the problem is that you're not seeing how you're coming across. There's a little bit of incongruency. That's the problem. So like here's how you have to see how other people in the space, when they come in and they get donations, it's because they come in mad humble. They come in saying, listen, I'm poor, or listen, I don't have the funds, or listen, I need y'all help. You know, your demeanor is very condescending. As a matter of fact, you're almost speaking down to the same people that supposedly supporting you. You even said to in your own words, I don't want every client, right? So now when you're sitting here and wondering why people are not paying, they don't want to talk to you because first, they don't believe you. The things that you're saying, I'm not saying are not true because again, I wasn't there. Right? But they're not congruent. There's a lot of holes. So for you to sit here and come and look for some people to support you financially, you shouldn't have started off saying, I got all these businesses, I've got all these employees, because then we start asking these simple questions with common sense. You know, like Social Loner said, which is what I was going to say as well. With all of these people that you pay, it's not possible in just probability that out of 52 employees, not one of them can afford to send you a loan. You know, that's what you said to us. How are we supposed to believe that out of 52 people that no one can afford to send you to not one amount of support? Like, come on, man. You know, let me let you respond to that.
Okay, so you said you're gonna let me respond to that. So first off, I just want to say something, and I would appreciate Ronin or Drew if you both can, one of you or the other. This has nothing with me being arrogant at any point in time. This has me at a point where you guys are attacking me. You guys are telling me what's happened when I literally came on and said, yo, I appreciate you. I appreciate the time. I appreciate people wanting to listen to me. I appreciate having this conversation. Yes, I fucked up. Yes, I'm assed out. I have absolutely... Man, Melissa's on here. I know she's cracking jokes right now, but like the reality is, like I said before, I was like, there's a lot of things going on here, and so please don't misunderstand me. And when I said I don't want every client, that's 100% true, but that's not in this conversation. These are not clients. You guys that are coming on here having conversations with me, I'm not referring to you as clients. I'm referring to in my nutrition coaching, for example. I do not want every client, and the reason I don't want every client is because my coaching is not for every person. And this is coming from someone that lost 150 pounds as a fat guy. And it couldn't always happen with every person. I'm not the perfect person to help certain people work through different things. And so when he was saying, the person that you were saying it, you're like, well, no, what do you mean? Everybody wants every client. No, that's just not true. Every client is not a perfect setup for a perfect business. Like it's just the truth. So,
but then that's not a client.
But no, that's not. What do you mean that's not a client? Like they're okay.
So what you're referring to is you don't want everybody as a client. Right. But when I'm specifically talking as a businessman. I want every client.
Every
now,
client.
as far
yes.
as
okay, correct. I don't want everybody as a client.
Okay,
I'm sorry, misuse the words. I don't want everybody as a client. I do want my clients, yes, but like I don't want everybody. Everybody is not a perfect fit for me. So that's that. When people are saying, "Oh, you know, you're e-begging because you're on here talking," and then saying, "You know, I work for my money."
Correct.
How hard I work. I work very hard. But
no, we don't. But you see right there. When you start saying those things, this is where it's incongruent, right? Because I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Okay. A hard-working man is gonna be able to have certain checks and balances in place a experienced man, an experienced traveler of 70 plus countries that you've been to would have checks and balances in place that if your wallet, if your laptop, if your cell phone gets stolen, you would still have access to funds. Now, here's where we start looking at the totality of it, the things that you're saying, right? If you're in these, because you perpetuate an air of high value, no matter what, you can't disagree with that. You perpetuate an air of high value. So when you started with that, now we're looking for those things that a high value man would have placed in his life to protect him from these things. Like for me, for instance, if I travel, let's say I was blocked out of everything like you claim, there's at least 100 different people through my business and through my personal life, because I actually am a high value man, that would not only step up, that could afford to step up, but would actually do so. You see, they wouldn't need to use my PayPal, because what if you asked Social Loaner a year ago? I understand. You asked Social Loaner a question about has he ever lived in a place for over the year that he's visited? He hasn't, but I have. I lived in the Dominican Republic for 6 years, and I can tell you right now, I can call right now on WhatsApp women who make less than $300 a month, and they would be able to actually have money sent to them, and they wouldn't take a dollar of it. They would, because of these relationships that I've nurtured, because of the fact that I don't come across as arrogant, right? Because I don't down talk to them, because I don't try to gyp them out of, let's say we were doing a business venture and only paying them 25%. Bare minimum, I'm giving 50-50. And that's the starting rate. After that, it's most likely going to go more towards them. You see, that builds sort of, let's just say, an obligation. You understand? You have 0 people that can actually set that up. You're saying you have no way. You use the example of, because you don't have your passport, you have no way of receiving money. Okay, you're telling me there's not 20 people that you trust, because after living in a place for a year, I would actually have at least 5 people that I trust. If not 5, 3 people that I can trust that could be sent money directly from friends, family, co-workers, ex-business associates, and better yet, clients who've gotten a lot of value from me over the years. So this is where, please.
Okay, so the first thing that you said is people here that will receive money. Right. So my biggest things right now I'm waiting on are my things to get here. Right. So if I'm waiting on my things to get here, the first and most important things are twofold: housing and food. Now, you're asking me, why don't I have people send money to somebody here? And I'm on here telling people to send money to someone that's living in the United States. And the reason why that money is going to her is because she is paying for the Airbnb. And so the most important aspect of housing and food first is housing. So she is covering that. So there's no need for anyone to send money here to someone else, because the people here won't accept cash. They do the rental for this unit through Airbnb. They do not want to do it outside of the platform, which is why the solution for that is Karen using her Airbnb. You also mentioned and you said about being locked out of accounts and having backups to backups. I have had things happen here while I've been here that have been challenging, that have been problems, like my credit card being eaten by an ATM machine. And yes, I've had someone send friend money, cash, to help me in the time frame to do that. And during that time frame was able to get virtual cards, which took like 48 hours for them to work. And so I use my virtual cards through my phone. I have never been in a situation where every single device and thing that I use to verify myself has been taken. So my phone and my computer being those two main things, but also my iPad, those things left. I don't have any of them. And so not having those things is why I literally can't. Someone was like, log into a bank account and show me. I can't get into my bank accounts. And literally the phone calls is what I had to do in order for them to shut things down. But the saving grace on that also is the reason why they didn't drain my bank accounts. They stole all these things and could not access and get into those things. So though I appreciate everything that you're saying, I agree. But here's me humbly listen to me, humbly saying, yes, I agree with you. I should have people of higher value in my circle. But I also have people in my life that are leeches. And they're not people that should be. And I talked about this on last night's show, which I think that's still up, Ronin. I'm pretty sure your show is out there. So I would say watch the show and listen to the show, because the energy that I put off is the energy I get. And if you listen to this first episode that was on Andrew's show, and you listen to the vibes and the energy of last night's show, they're very different. And that's because you guys are coming at me differently. You guys come on here at different times without knowing the full story, and then you put things together. What do you mean it's not a U.S. PayPal account? Karen's PayPal account's absolutely U.S. This is what I'm saying. People are literally just coming up with nonsense. Like,
stop focusing on them.
I understand that, but my point is just saying, you guys are not also coming and saying, you know what? I am coming on here, putting a picture together. There's not one aspect of this where this chick that was here that drugged me was getting money to be with me in any way, shape, or form. This wasn't that. But everybody keeps talking about, oh, well, this must have been a pay for play. This must have been this. This must have been that.
Well, no, some of the people in the chat were saying because of the fact that she never got any money from you is the reason why she ended up drugging you and taking money, because she never got any value out of this relationship and she was being used.
But I never met this chick before now. That's what I'm saying. Like, my whole point
when you
is,
say you never met with this chick before now, are you talking about the fact that you had just recently met her and you had her in the home?
The first day I met her, she was coming for an interview. That's what I'm saying. People are coming in here, not listening to the whole story, and then creating stories.
No. I'm just saying what they're assuming. I'm not saying that's what happened.
But that's my point, is because they're assuming that and then they're attacking me with it. You, brother, you were getting really loud with me before, right? And so in that say also, it's
because of what you said.
I understand, but my point is still the same. I am in a fucked up spot right now, and everybody's attacking me from all these angles.
Now you see right there, you see that energy, Neil? That's the energy you need to stay with. That's the energy you need to stay in. Because listen, I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. You asked earlier, why didn't anybody send 150? You obviously don't know who you're talking to, because if you did, you would have realized that had you had been congruent, that you had actually spoke with the actual, just let's just use the word humbleness, you would have got that $150 from me direct. You understand? Because I've helped people across the board every single time they're destitute. But here's the number one thing I got to believe. Number one, they're not fucking lying. And number two, they humble. Period. If you got it like that, here's what I'm trying to tell you. If you coming at me like you got it like that, I'm a businessman. You're a liar if you're saying you're in the position that you're in. No businessman in the status that you claim to have.
Listen, I'm in a hostel, bro. You got to talk lower because they keep looking at me to quiet it down, and it's not even me yelling.
Then just put the volume down.
Bro, if I put the volume down, I'm going to hear you because there's other people.
All right.
I can't turn the camera on.
Here's where we're at. Here's where we're at with it, right? Here's where we're at with it. What I'm trying to tell you is you aren't saying the things that a humble person would say if they were in the position that is messed up the way you are. I understand when you said you were feeling attacked, that you're not being attacked. You're being challenged. There's a difference. The people are challenging the things that you're saying. They're not believing it. They can't attack you because they don't know you. So they can't attack you.
Challenging is what we're doing right now. You challenging me and us having a conversation. But when you're screaming and yelling at me talking about, I'm from New York, I'm not born in New York, and all of this, I'm born in New York, bro. I was born and raised in New York. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying.
What part of New York? I'm curious.
See? Astoria, Queens, man.
I figured. You see? So, now, look. Again, I'm not trying to yell at you because I'm trying to overpower you. You were getting disrespectful first. We can run it back, and everyone can see. Everyone knows how I rock. I give you the same energy you give me. I'm telling you, right? Because look how you're talking to me now. And look how I'm talking to you. You see the energy?
I'm not.
I understand.
I'm not trying to argue with you. All I'm saying is, like, it's stuff like that, and it's not from one person. You're talking about don't read the chat. This is my life, man. This is real life. This is not something for me. Like, this isn't a game. I'm not like you're at the same point that you're telling me be humble. Ooh, how much more humble is it to be on here and be like, yo, I'm literally having this conversation because I got fucked up. My ass is out.
Maintain that energy.
And I need
maintain
help.
it. Maintain it.
But that is the energy.
If you have your hand out, here's the reason. If you have your hand out, you have to maintain it no matter what. No matter what, you have to maintain it. You have to maintain it.
At the same time, you got to understand something too. I am still who I am, right? Like, so like you're saying maintain.
Right. And this is where I was saying that chat is seeing that version of you. So the version of you that you're saying, I am who I am, this is not the true you. The humble you is not the true you because you just said it. I am who I am. What I know you're going to refer to is being attacked. I know. Listen, let me be very clear. I know exactly what you're going to say. It's based off of you being attacked. I'm from New York. I'm not a sucker. I get that, but you got your hand out.
That's not what I'm going to say.
You got the floor.
That you're talking about. You know what the cortisol level is, a fight or flight, right? Like you got a fight or flight response.
If you don't have emotional control over yourself, yes.
this isn't about emotional control because
It is. It's about maturity because I used to be that way when I
here.
was a child, when I was younger, when I was 16, 17, 18. As I
Right.
became a man, I learned control over that. So it's not fight or flight for a man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, forget
Listen,
about
wait,
all
wait,
that.
wait, wait, hold
I
on.
want you to be able to get.
Everybody's
I want
body
you to
has
be
a
able to
fight or
get
flight
what you got here for. Again, that's under fear. I don't think you fear me because we're just having a conversation. So
No,
it's
but
not fight or flight.
But fight or flight is not. I'm sorry, bro. We just based
We can
on-
disagree. We can agree to disagree, and we can move on from that point. So my point to you is this: there are people that come into this space. You have the grifters, and then you have the people that is really real. The people that is really real, in a second, they'll get a bunch of actual subscriptions. They'll get not just subscriptions, they'll get the actual financial support, however it is. But you know what the problem is you can't say, I've got all this, I'm all this, I'm this. Don't say that. Leave that completely out, bro, because that's not where you are right now. That's not where you are right now. You understand? So at the end of the day, let me be very clear. I'm not here to drag you down, my guy, but if I don't believe you, I can't support you. That's my point. So if the people are saying things that is getting under your skin, ignore it and just give it and combat it with facts. Because people
here are the facts. You ready? Here are the facts. I got divorced for the second time after being married for 7 years. Right? Now divorced after the second time for a woman that never worked, that took all of my money. And took it and accepted it and did not give me support. And the flip side of that is then when I got divorced, my family then sided with her and said she deserved everything that she deserved and was sharing conversations I was having with my lawyer team with hers, which is why I don't speak to my family anymore. Because the reality is I have
I'm not going to kick you when you're down.
Absolutely should just be helping me. I shouldn't be in a position where I'm on here talking about any of this shit because my family, my sister makes over $500,000 a year. I should be able to send a message to my sister, which I did send a message to my sister, and she should have been able to be like, yo, I got you. Forget talking about my circle of
Can I say something without trying to make it sound like I'm upsetting you? That should tell you there's a reason why the relationship between you and these family members are such it is, and maybe you should take a little bit of accountability. Because if your sister's making $500,000 and she's not willing to help, that's a reflection on you, not her.
It's a reflection. It was a reflection on our relationship. But again,
you're right, and because
but you're saying things now about the family aspects that you don't even understand. So that's what I'm saying.
I do understand what you told me, right? Okay. What you told me is you have a sister that makes over $500,000. All I'm saying is that as a grown man, that's not a reflection on her that she's not supporting you. That's a reflection on you.
Why is
she's
that
not
a
here
reflection on things that you don't understand that's beyond the two of us? Why is that not a reflection on the family dynamic?
Because at the end of the day, the family dynamic should be, if you were talking about traditional, she should be helping you. Based off of everything that you are talking about traditionally, she should be helping her brother, right? And the fact that she's not is a reflection on you, not her. Because she makes $500,000, you're the one who needs some of it.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that you don't understand the dynamics because you couldn't in the 30 seconds that we just talked about it. And I'm talking about one of 3 sisters and a younger brother and 2 parents. But again, my whole point.
And no one's willing to help you is my point.
Forget helping me. They haven't even responded, bro.
Because of you. It can't be all them. I hear you. Listen, Neil, you don't have to accept that as reality, but there is no way that every single person, your mother, your father, your 3, 4 siblings, there is no possible way that every single one of them is them. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Listen, all I'm saying to you is you're saying the things. When people say stuff like it's not possible, that was like me saying when I was on QB's story and he was talking about he got drugged and robbed. One thing I never said about any of these things on any of these panels I've ever been on is that could never be me and that's not possible. I have never said that. And the reason why I've never said that, because I've lived my life long enough to know that there are things that I can't explain that happen. And when I look at them, they're not believable unless I was there to witness it for myself. And so
with that being said, is that out of if it was one person in your family that was not like helping and responding, okay, but every single person to the point to where you even acknowledge the fact that when you got a divorce, they all sided with her. These are all reflections on you.
I didn't say they all sided with her.
Okay, whatever it was, what I'm referring to is what you're saying. I'm not making things up. These are the things that you're sharing. And listen, I appreciate you sharing it. I'm just hoping that you can understand that is a tangent, and I don't even need to get into the family tangent. I don't want to talk about that because, again, like you said, those are just, there are so many outlying things that could happen, right? And that I'm not privy to. But what I am saying is that as a grown man, after 2 failed marriages, after the fact that you're in this situation and nobody in your family is even responding, you should take some sort of accountability and say, maybe it's you. Because I'm telling you right now, you would have been got 150 if you wasn't such an arrogant asshole when I pulled up. Now, you may be talking about yesterday, but just like you didn't give Drew his value for yesterday's money, what you did yesterday, panel, don't count. All I'm seeing and all I'm talking about is today. And today you came across as a condescending person who's looking and literally looking down his nose saying, I've got all these businesses, and then with having your hand out, but saying that, I don't really need it, but I'm at this position right now and I need it. These things are not congruent. I'm not saying you're not true. I'm just saying they're not congruent. Were you on here at
the very beginning of the live?
I didn't know. No, I wasn't here in the beginning of the night.
Wait. So this is what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about today, when I was almost in fucking tears talking to Melissa about my relationship and the things that are going on. So
which is why I'm not trying to yell at you right now, because I do. Listen, I see past that arrogance. I see the real you. I see somebody who's really hurt right now. I see somebody who feels that they're being left alone, and I don't think you should be, even no matter what you've done. I think somebody should always have somebody's back, right? But what I need you to say, and what I need you to not say, what I need you to see and really comprehend is that you just need to live in that humble energy right now, bro. Especially with where you're at right now, and you need to stay there.
I could appreciate what you're saying. What I'm saying though is that you understand that people are coming in here not having been on this live today from the beginning. I
understand, but listen, you have an actual agenda. You have an important one, which is to get yourself out of this situation. And if it isn't possible for you to actually, let's just say, compartmentalize these actual people and put it right now, you need to get some support. And you need to stay with that humble energy so that people can support you. The trolls that are trolling, listen, you got to ignore them. You said it earlier. If they're not spending no bread, then you should ignore them, because their value, the comments, the things that they say means nothing unless you're a fraud and you're getting mad that they're calling you on your shit.
Well, CC has his ways with the ladies in the chat room. We see.
Yo, he's such a dirty Mackin. How you live like this, Andrew?
That every aspect of every angle can be taken to reflect whichever way anybody wants to, right? So like the reality is, I could come on here and play the sales game, right? And me and Ronin talked about this, right? It's like, listen, some people are gonna say this, you gotta not do this and not do that, and like the reality is that I am not in a position to disagree with what you're saying, but I'm also very much in a very stressed the fuck out, not sleeping based on the fear of everything else that's going on around me. And the reality is that I don't think anyone is taking a second to be like, damn, if this is where I'm at and this is where I was at, where would I be? Like, how would I feel? Like, you're asking me to like take your perspective and take a moment to feel like what you're seeing. And all I'm saying is people are coming in late and making full assumed positions on things, not seeing an entire picture, and then saying, oh man, I came on here while CC was arguing with this dude, and so this must be how he's at. And all I'm saying is, so now you're taking this and formulating an opinion about something that hasn't been the case. And
listen, I think this version of you would get a lot of support. All right, because I don't think you're a bad guy. I just don't think that you're coming across as congruent. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say that you're lying because I don't know. I can only say my opinion. And my opinion was I didn't believe a lot of the things that you were saying when it came to your financials, right?
My biggest problem with the financials, here's the transparency, right? My biggest problem with the financials is that I have everything set up and connected to my phones and my computer and my technology. And the reason for that has been so that if one thing was gone, I had another thing to protect.
I get it.
Without the expectation that everything would go.
But every single bank has an international number that you can communicate them with, and you can create
that's
new
why I was able to
unblocks.
close everything. Like that's why they weren't able to get into my accounts. Like that's what I'm saying is like there's a huge positive to that. The positive is that they weren't able to get into my accounts. The negative is that in order to get back into my accounts without my ID, without my passport, without being able to send me a text message to my phone for me to confirm the code, without any of those things, the response is, okay, you can come into a bank or we can send you these things by a mail to your mailing address. And that is the number one problem. And that's like, I'm not somebody that's out here I'm not a sex fiend going out here spending money on paying for, like, that's it. When people are coming at my character and saying, oh, yo, he's over here smashing hoes and this is what, he's out of money because he's doing this. God said, yo, this dude's out here and he can't afford the lifestyle. And I'm like, none of this is the case. Like, the reality is that, yeah, I allowed myself to be in a position where, again, I shouldn't have even interviewed this girl because she rescheduled an interview 3 times. Now, we talked a little bit about the culture. Andrew had talked about that and spoke about it. But the reality is, like, yeah, there were some bad decisions that were made before this. But that doesn't change the fact that the reason I'm in this position is because I am here and I don't have, like, Fearless said yesterday, he was like, bro, why don't you just have a credit card? Like, they could have next day do another credit card. I'm like, they could have. I got into credit card debt when I was in college and I never did it again. And I never did it again because I learned that me with credit cards is bad. I do stuff with credit cards that I don't need to. Now,
you see that accountability right there? That's what I was talking about earlier.
But so, like, my point is, though, like, these are the things that I'm like, yo, I get that. That's why I'm on here. But and I've led with all those things. And you didn't get on here at that time. I'm just showing you this. You didn't get on here.
No, but I got here when you was saying about the 4 girlfriends and the universities and that you was paying for everything. Like, I got here for all that. So my thing is that, because listen, in the Latin culture, the men takes care of the woman 100%. That's
not
what
true. Not here in Medellin. These women are taking care of the men. It's
because you're talking about city girls, right? Those are city girls.
It's a different dynamic. So, like, a lot of the barrio girls are working as prostitutes, and then they have boyfriends that they use the money that they're getting from for foreigners to take care of the men.
Yeah, but that's we're not talking about that. See, but that's a different thing altogether.
Well,
we're talking about the reality of the real culture. Right, the overall Latin culture, men take care of the women. You're talking about a subset, a small subset that doesn't represent the majority of the women in Colombia.
No, but what I'm explaining is that subset of the women where I'm specifically at in Medellin is very different than outside of it, which is also.
Now this is another thing that makes it where it's not congruent. So if that's the case, and you such a player where you got all these 4 girlfriends, and you know what I'm saying, polyamorous. It's 2.
It was always 2 girlfriends. It's never been 4.
I'm just referring.
The person that just texted said it has.
I hear you, but I'm referring to that guy should be able to have some Medellin bitches paying his bills, baby. What's going on?
But this is what I'm saying to you. Like, there was no point in this where anything I said was I've got bitches, and, like, I haven't presented anything like that. About the fact that I love this woman. That's no longer good. Like
the one woman. Okay, so how many? Okay,
there were 2.
How many?
2 girlfriends.
Okay, there you
a
go.
Producer and a nanny. I lived with 3 of them and a little girl. She's 5 years old. She was the daughter of my girlfriend, who I was in love with. Who I'm in love with. And then the producer was an ex-girlfriend. And then there's the nanny. The nanny did not live with us. The nanny did spend most of the time because she was taking care of the 5-year-old. But again, like, no one presented, and this is again what I'm saying. No one presented yo, I'm over here living with five women, and I'm like, I didn't pull the P. Diddy card. Like, I wasn't out here presenting any of that. Yeah, 2 girlfriends are expensive. I 100% agree, especially when I'm paying their university, transport, therapy sessions, food, loans. Like, yeah, they 100%. But the reality is, like, yo, me coming on here was not these people here are not taking care of me. I didn't say that. And if you look at the video I posted, I literally said, I don't want to make this about the person that robbed me and the negativity. I want to make this about the cab driver that gave me money for food. I want to make it about the barber that cut my hair for free, my braider that braided me up and was like, yo, I got you. I want to talk about my friend that's from Australia that was like, yo, I'm tight, but I got you on some cash because I know you need some for I said to Ronin, I sent Ronin a text message. I was like, yo, I appreciate the time on the show last night. I was able to take care of this today's unit on rent. Like,
hey, is somebody calling?
Yeah.
I hear somebody yelling. Who's yelling?
I don't know.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But all I'm saying is, like, there wasn't. Why can't you be at one of the chicks' place using their laptop and Wi-Fi? In either case, my point in saying all that is none of that is what I said. All I'm saying is people have come on and they've created a synopsis of the window of time that they've seen, and instead of, like, really asking me questions, they just go on and through and say, okay, it's this.
So okay, So here's what I hope you can kind of see where like it's a little incongruent for the people that are watching, right? Let's say they're not watching and they don't see every tidbit of actual information that you put out. So with what you say, right? Like there should be at least one female that you would be able to pull up on and live with just for a few days, right? Because you said there are two things that is most important to you is food and housing, and those are the two cheapest things that is in these countries, right? Is food and housing.
Do you know how much it costs for me to leave from where I'm at to try to find somebody else to live with, where all of these girls live with family, and you want me to go with my 95-pound Dutch Shepherd, all of my luggage that I still have, and move in and spend some time with somebody for a few days?
I got it. So what you're saying is that you're not a destitute guy, right? You have the money, just right now you can't access the money. That's basically what you're saying.
I've 100%. That's 100% of this has been. I'm waiting on mail. I need 10 days. I'm trying to buy time.
I hear you. It's just hard for me to. It's hard for me to relate. Let me put it to you that way. I guess it's just difficult for me to relate.
I 100% agree, but it's also one of those things where I said last night. I'm going to say it again now for those people that haven't heard it. Like, yo, I had a therapy session on Thursday that blew my mind. I was like, damn. You're right, because I've been making decisions and things that have allowed me to be in this space where I'm now.
And that's what earlier, and maybe I was yelling it, but that's what I was saying earlier as well, because anybody who has a brain can see that, you know.
But that's what I'm saying though, bro. Like, bro, I'm on here. I'm sitting in a hostel. I got people from all over the world that don't even know me, listening to the story of my fuck up. And you're saying like be humble, and I'm like, how much more humble?
Because now, and that's why the reason why I jumped on is to show people this side that's going in the chat going crazy, because I believe that if what you're saying is true, this is the version that you want to share. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is the version that needs help right now. You know what I mean? Not the financially stable, entrepreneur. It's the you, right? The actual real you without those things, because you don't have those things. You see, now this is where I say it's a little bit different, and this is difficult for me to relate, because if I was in the same exact position, if the same thing happened, there'd be a plethora of people that I could lean on for that time being. You understand? Right. This is why earlier I was just listen. This is why earlier I was saying, I promise you, it's a reflection on you. And thank God that you are in therapy, because these are the things you want to discuss with your therapist. Because at the end of the day, for you to be in this position means that there are decisions that you've made in your past with relationships that you have with the people that is in your life and that has been in your life that has put you into this position in which they're not willing to help. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with
you. On that note, I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna let somebody else, jump up, because I'm not here to bash another black man. So all I need to know is, let me know what that PayPal is. Drop that PayPal. I'm gonna send some money to support. You know what I'm saying? But if I find out you're a fraud, promise you, gang, you're gonna get cooked.
Okay, agreed. Cool. I'm good with that, and I appreciate the help.
Yo, drop his PayPal, Andrew, so I can see I don't see where it's at up top.
I got you. The PayPal should be up there on the top of the link. If you guys can see the PayPal. I appreciate you, CC. You're always welcome on the channel. You know what I mean?
You already know. Yeah, you need to stop being scary, and when you see me live, jump in the chat, bro.
Hey, man, you be showing the mirror. You be showing the mirror of niggas, man. I be scared, bro. You can't show a mirror of myself.
Hey, homeboy is telling me I don't have too much time left on the laptop. Okay. I want to make sure I take care of whoever else had paid that.
I'm dropping down. Go ahead and drop that. Johnny, drop his PayPal.
All right, cool. I got you. All right, let me just get because we have the brother Fearless. He's been waiting.
I think Rod was trying to get on though. I think Rod had paid that was trying to get on.
Let me get Ron on here. Ron, did you want to go up? You want to say something?
No. Rod paid for CC's time.
Oh, okay.
That's what he paid for. That's why.
I'm not keeping track. I'm just trying to make sure I'm.
Yeah, Rod paid for CC's time.
Ron, are you on there? Why is this thing slow?
Yeah, we're straight right now, unless something else came in that I didn't see.
Okay, so you want me to go ahead and have him talk to Fearless?
Of course, Fearless is
okay.
good.
All right. I'm gonna step down too. All right, we got
Neo. How you doing, bro? I'm not.
What's up,
we talked yesterday, so I'm not here to bash him. I'm gonna try to throw you a little lifesaver.
I appreciate it.
So I think what we talked about yesterday that people don't understand is I hate when somebody says you got to humble yourself. Because if you are a person with pride, why you got to humble yourself? You know, that's just who your personality is. And it seems like, well, I wouldn't be humbling myself because I am who I am. So that wouldn't happen. I think you already talked about yesterday that with the women you have, because that was my question to you, why can't you go there? And I think you admitted that the women that you have surrounded yourself with are not people who are there to help you. You're the person who has always helped somebody else. Am I correct with that?
100%.
So you're the giver, and it's like, you know, they're the takers. And usually when you get with someone who are takers, they never give. They only take when they can get it.
Agreed, 100%. Which is one of the reasons why my family dynamics and situations that has been so difficult, because my family is not. I have given a lot to my family, a lot. I gave a lot to my ex-wife. You know, we didn't talk about this, like, and I think this is one of those things that I think is important. You know, the same way that I sat on here and I'm not going to talk bad about these girls. I said that they didn't have the value, but, you know, me saying I love this one particular woman that I'm not saying who it is. Those that know me can connect the dots on that stuff. But the reality is, like, these are my decisions. It was my choice to love them, my choice to surround myself with them. A bad choice, 100%. But this is now the consequences of those bad decisions. My family dynamics and choosing my ex-wife and those things. The thing that we haven't said is that I'm friends with my ex-wife right now. I did reach out to my ex-wife. She is not in a position to help me because she's in a new relationship, which I understand. And if I was in a new relationship, I wouldn't want to help my ex, you know, like that. It doesn't play out well if it doesn't play out well. But we're friends. And that's a big thing to say because my family dynamic and us not connecting is on a separation and a divorce. And if you've ever been separated from any kind of long-term relationship, everybody is going to choose a side and think of things that they don't know. But the only people that know about the relationship are the people in the actual relationship. And I'm not perfect, 100%. Yeah, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for years, and I don't ever think I'll be out of therapy if I'm being honest. But I'm doing the best I can in the circumstances I have to learn from.
Not to interrupt you, they talk about your circle of friends. So my question to the people is, why do y'all support Jay Rillo? Jay Rillo goes out of town. He gets stranded out of town with no money. And y'all never question him why he doesn't have a circle of friends outside of YouTube that pays him to get back. Instead, he gets on and says, hey, guys, I need you guys to pay for me to have sex with this girl. I need you guys to pay for my trip home. And no one ever questions this. So I never understand why, for the small amount of money you asking for, we put you on the fire, but somebody else can e-beg for chicas and a ticket home because they're irresponsible, and we send them money. It don't matter if tell the truth. What's that mean? I don't understand. He tell the truth because he said y'all stupid for paying it. I can't understand that. Y'all pay a dude to have sex with a woman. That's the dumbest thing I ever seen. I can't understand that. But at least, when I talk to you, I can say that, you may. It doesn't seem like to me you're just in a bad situation. And at least you can admit that you're in a bad situation, where someone like Jay Rillo continues to be a cycle of bad situations over and over and over again. So I'll ask you again, what have you learned from this situation, which will make it different the next time? And you can start with the women, you can start with your business, you can start with your circle of friends.
I'm going to start with a conversation I just had with somebody today. How does that sound?
However you want to go, brother.
So, this is what I'm just going to say it directly. So I was like, I'm always saving people in general in every way I possibly can, especially financially, to show my value. It's the reality is all I do is allow people to take advantage of my heart and use me for what I believe to be me putting myself in a position that shows value. The reality is I have helped. And right now, this situation is one of the worst I've ever been in my life, but it's helping me understand that, one, I don't want to turn into a cold person because that's not who I am. But for the space that I'm in my life, I am no longer going to not see and understand people that are in my circle adding value to me. If you are not in my life to add value, I have no desire to make space and any more time. I'm done being used. And the reality is, like, that's the truth. QB's on here. There's a bunch of people that are on here in the chat that will say, I've been on the phone with them. I've answered questions. I've gone out with them to help them navigate different things. Like, I am always helping. I'm always giving. I'm always extending myself. I'm always putting myself out there. And I don't look at it any other way than I'm putting it out there. We talked about namesakes and all of this stuff, but the reality is, like, yo, I 100% am not going to continue spending and wasting time on people that are not going to add value to my life. And that doesn't mean add value with finances. It means add value in whatever that is. They could be letting me stay at their place. Somebody said something about going out to Cartagena. I can't even get on a plane right now because I don't have any IDs. So even flying within the country, you still got to have an ID to get on a plane. I don't even have that. So that wouldn't be an option. But, like, the reality is, like, it's just it's me. I made some bad decisions. I'm here in this spot. I'm in a bad place, but I'm not going to allow myself to circulate around other people that are not going to put out the same things that I put out to them. And that should prevent me being in another situation that has me need some assistance and not receive it.
What about with business? You know, what would you change with your business?
Well, the same thing is the return on an investment, right? Like the whole aspect of me doing these interviews was because these girls were not doing what I needed them to do. Somebody was talking about the 25%.
Let me interrupt you real quick, because I remember someone saying, you know, you got some employees. If I had employees, if my employer ever came to me asking for money, I would think that was a problem.
I would never. They said that I didn't even go to that because it was like, okay, how secure would you feel in your job if your employer was like, hey, could you send me money? And the other thing is this: I don't need money to pay my employees. My bank accounts and everything
run. To me,
yeah, like all of that stuff runs.
I've had employees, and there's always a separation between employee and employer, where it's not a friendship. You know, it's basically business. So I would never do that. And even though I have,
if I said that, I would be trying to sound arrogant. If I said that and responded to that person, I would be like, "Oh, you're just trying to be arrogant." And it's not that. It's like, how does that make sense? It doesn't. But again, you know, I'm here doing the best that I absolutely can right now and sharing something that's very uncomfortable for me to share. I don't think any man wants to be able to be like, "Yo, I'm in a situation I need help." Like, I in any situation, I don't really care what it is, man. Like the misnomer of like men not wanting to ask for directions, which is, you know, something altogether different. But the reality is, like, men do not want to have help. So people saying, you know, you're out here e-bagging. Nah, man, I'm out here literally asking for some help. Yes, I've been to the embassy.
Guys, let me just read the super chat real quick from Darnell, and then I'm gonna get off. He says, "Do you still have a passport?" For the $5 donation? Appreciate you, brother. Do you still have a passport? Have you been to the U.S. Embassy?
I don't have a passport. I have been to the embassy, yes.
But I think yesterday you stated it wouldn't help you anyway to get Western Union because they.
No, in terms of like a Western Union, no, I wouldn't. But I do need my passport. I am waiting on my replacement passport. But again, these are the things. Is like this. It's not like these things aren't in the process of being solved. They're in the process, but it's time. And my issue right now is time. You know, when I talk to Ronin, when I talk to Drew, like, my issue is time. I am trying to do the best that I can to manage time, to take care of my dog, who is my responsibility. Like, this is not his problem at all. Like, hey, homeboy's got to eat. You know, if there's going to be one of us that's going to be hungry a day, it's going to be me, not him. So I'm going to ask why not my employees. So in all of that said, like, yeah, like, that's just where it's at. Me in a situation where I need help.
Yeah, I would never ask my employees if I had employees. One, it would put a distrust in the business that I would have, because they figure that. And two, even though I have friends, I don't know when I would go ask them for help. You know, I mean, that's a pride issue with me. So, you know,
yeah, I'm not asking my employees. I'm on here talking to strangers because I'm not going to ask my employees. So, but and people can judge me for that. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Now, that's not to say that my employees can't see this. They know what I do. You know
I
what I
will say this though, but what I don't agree with is this, and I don't think you answered it. Why is it that your girlfriends, I'll call them your girlfriends, why is it that they can't go to a Western Union and pick up money for you in your stead?
They can. They're just not going to help me. Like if you wanted to send money for food, it's cool. But like my girlfriends don't have an Airbnb account. I can't get into my Airbnb account. And this particular, I'm renting from Century. That's the name of the thing in Airbnb. They won't take payments outside of Airbnb. Because one of the things I asked them, I was like, if I can get my bank to send a transfer to you, will that work? Like, can I do that? Now, can't happen. So I haven't investigated being able to do it any further than that, because they were like, yo, you need to keep it on the platform. But at that said, like that's the only reason.
But just in general, just for instead of Airbnb payments, I know that's your most immediate need, but I'm talking about for food, transportation, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I could, but I will say, like, my close friends that I've responded to about that, the issue has been their significant other not wanting them to send money to a foreign country to somebody that they don't know. And to your point yesterday, like, why are these girls not in a position to be able to help you? That's the questions that they have. So they don't feel very secure sending money to somebody that they don't know in another country that I say is a girlfriend. And honestly, if I'm being 100%, I don't blame them, because I haven't made very good decisions with women. Like, the women that I've chose to have in my life haven't valued me. So like, if you wanted to help me and you care for me, I wouldn't trust that you'd send that money to that woman and she'd actually take care of me, because she's not in a position to take care of me. So like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't fault them for that.
No problem. No, I understand that. So since people said they send Jay Rillo money because he's honest, I'm gonna be real honest. I'm honest all the time. Y'all don't send me no money, so I don't know what it is. So we go on the show every Friday, and we real honest. I mean, honest to a fault. And we not e-begging, but we don't get the money like that. But it always seems that if we went down that road, we would get more funds. So it seems that if you act ignorant, I guess the more ignorant you act, or the more destitute you act, or the more crashed out behavior you have, the more money you get. If it's just, hey, I need something for a gap, people don't send that. They want to see you. I guess they just want to see you on the street. I don't know.
I just want to raise the temperature just a little bit in the room. Casanova, you got some stuff to say? I mean, you got a number one fan in the building that's calling out your name, buddy.
Yeah, no, I don't focus on that. That's you can focus on that. What I'm focused on is just to give kind of Fearless a little understanding of the people that actually watch Jay Rello and why they watch Jay Rello. They watch him because, like you said, he's a crash out, but he's honest. Right, so he's honest to who he is. They like to see people who they can control, because that's kind of why they send us the money. They send the money because he does, or at least they have the impression that he's gonna do what they want. Right, so he's like one of those weird degenerate, and you got to understand that in this YouTube space, it allows many people to actually support. So when you're here and you're creating a community, the people that are supporting him are the same people who are degenerates, right? They're the people that are okay with being that type of person. You follow? So those are the people that will support him. Trust me, there's all types of people in this YouTube in the world, right? And YouTube allows them to kind of like congregate.
Does that say something more about his subscribers than him? Because what
100%.
That says to me is, yeah.
Yes. For sure. That's why now you understand why I burned the whole channel, because it was filled with his type of subscribers.
Yeah.
That's why I started a whole new channel.
But that's just sad to me that I mean, I drilled you. I mean, he was on our show. Neo was on our show yesterday, and I drilled him. So that's why I was like, there's no need for me to repeat any of that yesterday. I wanted to come from a different perspective, because if we always put down and we don't have a solution, we end up only supporting the crash outs.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think also, like, if you kind of remember, each one of those people, like the NYC The Future and the Jay Rello, they kind of had like a viral moment in which they were destitute. And if you saw them, they were completely hat in hand. So like earlier, just to kind of respond to what you had said earlier, you had asked, why should you be humble? It's only if you have your hat in hand. That would just be the best wait for you to get money, because that's the way people are going to feel almost kind of bad for you, if you will, or feel kind of, can relate, because everybody been in a bad situation. So I'm not saying he's not right now. What I'm saying is just to respond why he needs to be humble is because he also has his hand out, right? Like if you have your hand out, you kind of got to be humble, brother. That's all. If you want results, that's all.
So what you think about that, Neo? You think if you come at it from a different perspective, saying, hey, look, I mean, I thought you did. I don't know. How could you change your story, your narrative, so that you may get more support for the situation?
So like the reality is that everybody is.
Let me help you out with this. The thing is, Darnell, I don't think you understand. The passport doesn't help him, even if he gets the passport.
We talked yesterday about the police report, which I don't have yet.
Yeah, but he's saying that the passport doesn't help him. It doesn't
so
help
Fearless,
Western
you see, right here, this is where this disconnect happens, and that's why people don't believe it, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? The reason why people don't believe it is because how easily you can create a Airbnb account, right? So there's too many variables that just don't make fiscal sense. Forget about the story itself.
But this is the thing: is you guys are talking about narratives that your expectations are that. You know how much sex crimes are happening in Colombia right now? You know how many Airbnb accounts have been shut down, long-term Airbnb accounts, because you rented something that was more than a one-bedroom in Medellin? That's just happened since 2025. Like there is a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you guys are not aware of because you're not here in country right now.
No,
I
we're
don't
aware
have
of
the
it.
police report yet, and this guy was talking about why they give you a passport on the spot. I don't have the police report yet, which I've asked about several times. I also put out there about the fact that these people that stole my stuff contacted the police, and nobody has wanted to pay for that information to talk about that, which is odd to me because you should want to.
What I would suggest is just show that information, right, so that you can start to garner some trust, right? Because in business, the first thing you have to establish is trust. Right. So if you
guys are coming on at different times when I've said this stuff, where we had these
I hear you, but we're here now. We're just talking about the people that are here for now.
I know.
So here's what you're doing. You're doing it the backwards way.
Listen, unfortunately, Neo, each time you come onto the show, you're gonna have to re-explain yourself. I know it's repetitive, but at the same time, everybody don't tune into your channel to hear that 25-minute video that you put out on your overall situation to even comment on it. They just jump in basically like they did tonight, and they catch points.
But that's why, like the whole questions, I thought that's why we're asking questions. But people don't ask questions; they just jump to their solution or to their.
May I say something?
Hey, go ahead.
Okay, we gotta read. Hold on, guys. We gotta read this $20 donation by Darnell. Shout out to you. He says the U.S. Embassy would give you a replacement on the spot, especially if you have a police report. You don't have a siblings or family that can loan you money, as he's asking you if you don't have any siblings or anybody, a family member that can give you some money. There are more holes in your story than Swiss cheese. Well, what do you have to say about that?
I have to say that he should listen back to the playback because I only got 10 minutes left and I don't want to cover things we've already discussed like 7 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him that on the reply too. We did talk about that yesterday.
Well, Darnell, I appreciate the donation, brother. Thank you for
I most certainly do. Thank you, Darnell.
Yep.
So can I say something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So you went to the U.S. Embassy already, right?
I have. Yep.
Where'd you go?
What do you mean? Where did I go? To the U.S. Embassy here in Medellin.
There's none in.
I don't have the address.
There isn't one in Medellin. It's only in Bogota and Barranquilla.
No, there is a U.S. Embassy here when you have that situation. It's called an annex, and it's an annex to the U.S. Embassy. And if you look it up, you find it.
Okay, all right. So
he got you.
Which one exactly did you go to?
Oh man,
I don't have, dude. I'm on this phone, so I don't have it. But I do have it. If you'd like, you can send me an email, neilunfiltered@gmail, and I will send you the receipt of everything that I filled in because they gave me the full thing.
Instead of interrogating him, right? Like he just said, if you give him a certain amount deposit or some donation, he'll show you the receipts. He said that already, So just send him something.
That in itself troubles me because
he's got a lot of donations right now. So I mean,
that in itself troubles me.
It's true, Andrew. So that's another thing, Neo. You did get a lot of. I think if you just give them something new, right? So that there's some more, then you can get some more, because that's what we're here for, Neil, right? We're here to get you some bread, some extra money, stuff like that. You know
I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this. This is her name is Karen. You can see that. It doesn't show her name, but I asked that. Yo, I asked.
Okay,
that,
hold on, Neo. Show that one more time. Let me just get you on the screen real quick. Hold on.
Okay, just had Cheerios and milk.
Do you guys see it? Okay. All right.
Read this. Did you get anything yet? Nope, not yet.
We can't get anything out of the blue because of the contrast.
Yeah, if you want to pull it back just a little bit,
it's just that contrast. You won't be able to see it.
Yeah, crazy.
You could read it because we could believe you. We'll
but the whole thing is, he sent me some receipts of him and Karen conversing about the Airbnb. He showed the super chats he got the other night, and that the payments were going towards the Airbnb. So he did send those to me from last night's live.
No, we believe that part, right? But that's it's the part about the story and whether he's a grifter. That's the thing. So I don't.
My point is, you just said something. You're talking about you got a lot of donations, and all I'm saying is, I asked her, and she said not yet. She hasn't received anything in her PayPal's. Now I know Ronin specifically had sent a 15 that he showed me, but like at that point in time, you're just like somebody just said you got a lot of donations. All I know is I got $15.
So you didn't get it. No, Andrew's keeping your money, and so is Ronin on the super chat.
Oh hell no! I
even
y'all are horrible. Yo, this man isn't stressing, and y'all not sitting there sending the bread. Come on, y'all. What's going on? Y'all doing that ain't right. Yo, matter of fact.
Neo, I sent you money with Ronin, so we had sent that together.
Hey Neo,
so
I got you. I sent you money earlier because I did start the shit. You know what I mean? And I did spot you the 27.
Nah, because I'm gonna make sure you get this right now on the spot. Ronin, what's your cash app so I can send you something so you can forward it to him?
Hold on, I'll drop it in the chat again.
That's not me being arrogant or saying. All I'm saying is like.
Nah, you ain't getting nothing. I respect that. Nah, he ain't getting nothing. He said, I got $15. Y'all talking all this nonsense. I'm dealing with this bullshit, and you only sent $15. I can respect that, my G. I understand.
Hey, I can show you my receipts. I got my receipts right here.
Nah, I'm gonna make sure he get this real quick. I'm waiting for Ronin to drop.
I'm just saying that you guys like.
It's not cool. No, I respect. I'm on your side on this. No, it ain't cool. You're right. It ain't cool because I'm thinking you getting this money and you not. Ronin, I'm gonna put you on the spot because I'm gonna send you this $50 for this guy. I'm gonna send you 50, bro. I know that could do something.
You can only hold on.
Yeah,
you said you can only get passport replacements in Bogota. Did I say that I received my passport replacement?
Yeah.
Did I say that I received it, or did I say that I went and talked to the embassy? Because the question was, have I been to the embassy? And they are asking for the police report, which I have said on multiple places that I have not received a police report yet.
Ronin, send this man $45. That's 20s for him, not for you. Those $40.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. What?
Yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna send you 25 again when I get off of here.
There you go.
I appreciate all the help. I really do. My point is like, I don't understand why people are trying to put holes in the story. Like, there's no holes in the story. This is not money coming to me. This is money going to my friend who's helping me. And the reality is like, that's it. And I have plenty of receipts showing that she's helping me. And like,
you're focused on a point that we're not trying to argue. We're not saying that you're not using the money to get Airbnbs. The whole story doesn't make sense. I would like to not mince words. I would like to formally say that you are a liar, and I hope we discover it.
But I thought you said before you say that he said he has a police report. He can show the police report.
Oh yeah,
no, I did not. I never see. This is what I'm saying. How many times have I said that I do not have a police report?
No, I know you said that. I just wanted you to repeat it and understand why people don't believe you.
Real quick. Hey, hold on real quick.
Hold on. Loner has stamped you a liar.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Drew saying that Karen just received another 25 from him. And I'm looking at the receipts that I sent, even just from Social Loaner, of the $10 and the $5 she just sent me on Cash App. And then also I just sent him or sent in the first $16 he sent. I didn't take any money off of that. I paid the fees myself. So she's getting and then I got the receipt from Rod. And Rod, or I don't want to say his real name, he donated $15.74. So I'm looking at all these.
Hold on, I ain't sending $1 till we get receipts from Karen. What the fuck is going on around here?
The last text message. Well, she just worked an entire day. She's a hairstylist with 4 girls. She's a single mom. But my point is, my last text to her was at 9:10 my time. That was 10 minutes ago. And my text to her, which I said, which was thank you.
Receipts.
I just said thank you. Some should have landed by now. At least that has been what was told. So she hasn't responded back.
So
to that
Ronin,
text.
yeah, Ronin, why don't you make sure you WhatsApp him all of the people who have sent or you sent, so that he at least has something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. List of the emails.
Karen will 100% like.
Here you go. Look. I'm gonna share the screen real quick.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying, like, it's not.
Take him off the summer jam. He's trying to share.
Because I think you explained on our show yesterday about the police report. Can you explain why you don't have it? I know you said something about the police didn't take it or wouldn't give it to you. Can you explain
here comes Squared.
Yeah, so oh man. So first off, the police here are just lazy, man. That's just like the straight
Hit the share screen. You see all those cash apps from social owner, and then this one right here. I don't want to say the person's name real quick. Take it off. Never mind.
Oh, take it off. Oh, okay.
Listen, hold on.
Those are the contributions that came in and went directly to you.
Fearless. Yeah. I have no concerns that you're trying to like
get my
take money from me or anything like that. So like I'm cool with it. I'm just speaking to, I can't remember his name now, but the person that was like, oh, we've sent you all of this, and all I'm saying is I haven't seen anything. So like I'm not saying it hasn't been sent. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. And in terms of the police report, because Fearless was asking me to continue explaining that. So they've come out a bunch of times. They've come out 3 times now to be a total times. The first time that they came out, the reason that they told me they couldn't give me the police report is because the Monday was a holiday. So they're like, well, it has to be after that. Then there's a debate back and forth between the building and releasing the video footage to the police report for the police report to have that included and for it to be done before or after. When I spoke with them today, when they came to ask me the questions because they were contacted by these people that stole the stuff, they told me that they will have the report for me on Monday. So on Monday, I should be able to have all the video footage. The report should be filed. I should be able to go back, send the information in, get my passport taken care of. And I've already scheduled the trip with the guy Han from here in a week and a half to go get my passport. Han has been helping me out, like using this. He took care of my Uber going back to my house last night. Like, people are helping me. That's what I said on my story, which is on my channel. I am Neo channel. If you want to look at my YouTube, I talk through that. This for me is more about everyone that has been helping me than about the situation and my faults and mistakes. Like 100%. And she just sent me, by the way, 2 images showing her PayPal. So I can tell you that she has received. She got a $3, a $5, a $10, a $25, and 2 15s.
There you go.
And QB just sent me another cash app, and I'm about to forward that to you. And that was another $5. QB just sent me $5 cash app. Thank you, QB.
So
I'm gonna forward that to him right now.
Just having a system that makes $500,000 a year that won't give you $500, even in a bad relationship, that doesn't make sense. It's so many.
I'm sorry, say that. I didn't hear.
Yeah, but I can understand that though. So he doesn't want to talk about those specifics, and I understand why he wouldn't, because that's really none of our business. That's a personal situation, and that's something that's kind of deep, especially when you talk about family. I can understand that because there's a lot of people that have strained family relationships, so I can understand that for sure. What I don't understand is everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when it's everybody, that's when I go, well, maybe it's you. You know.
Yo, I have to read the cash app. I'm sorry. I have to read the cash app.
Yo, Ronin.
The cash app, because QB made sure. So QB said, for CC is gay, we need receipts. He's been with a woman now.
Oh, man. That's
all right. Thank you for the $5 super chat and or cash app and making me read that. Thank you. QB.
Yeah, but you know what? You're gonna lose you made to make sure that's $50 next time, because you can lose your actual monetization, Ronin. Be careful with those words.
Yeah. I got mine. Hey, they
because it's just those words. You could say it, but just say it different.
Yeah, you gotta say it in a different tone. Yeah, different words.
Can I jump in real quick?
There you go, Square. I know, Fearless. That's crazy.
Where's your donation, Square?
It's the $5.
Oh, okay. You did $5.
He did
Okay.
one. He did one.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that whole
You good, brother? I was just messing with you.
passport flexing, I don't know what that's about. I don't care what he does in his personal life. That's his business. I don't know why QB's so like
interested.
Yeah, what's going on?
He's invested, ain't it? He sent money for it.
I don't understand it, but anyway. But really, this has been really helpful for me to hear. Listen to Fearless, listen to CC.
Hold on. QB, we can't pause the show. This is live.
The fuck's he talking
about? Hey, homeboy just told me I got 5 minutes.
No. I'm not taking a shot at QB. I like his content. He's a good content creator. I still think the girls in Mexico are ugly, but that's neither here nor there. But he's doing his best. I like it. But listen to Fearless, listen to CC, talk with Neo. And Neo, I really appreciate your vulnerability. The only thing I would really bring up is that, it's that law of attraction kind of thing. Sometimes you attract what you are. And maybe you're attracting low value women because you don't think you're worthy of getting with a woman that really got her ish together, that's in her 30s, maybe got a career, college degree, got something to lose. Because Neo, you want to deal with people who have something to lose. When you deal with people who ain't got nothing to lose, they could crash out on you and you're going to leave you stuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only observation I'll make. And
I 100% agree with you. My value aspect is something that needs to be learned. But I will say this. It is not an age thing. It is not about an age thing, because one of the worst relationships I've had here was with somebody who was a year older than me, and golly, that was bad. But in either case, I do agree with you. It is a value thing, but it's definitely not an age thing.
No, I appreciate your vulnerability during this chat, and I appreciate the insight that Fearless, CC, Ronin, and everybody else has brought to the panel. And I'm not going to take up y'all time. I appreciate you having me up on here.
Hey, Square, just so you know, because my question was around that same topic yesterday. Yeah, Square, the way I asked him the same thing yesterday, I asked, is that why you get certain girls to do poly? Because maybe they
well, we got Mr. Passport flexing in the building, man. You got some words, brother?
Oh shit.
Hey,
wait. First of all, do not get us demonetized.
I'm not.
Be sensitive with your words.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
There's an individual on this panel.
Are you drinking? Have you been drinking?
No.
Hold on. Let him cook.
Let him expose himself.
Hold on, brother.
He's been drinking, Ronin. I can hear it.
Hold on, let him cook.
I'm not going to get you guys to monetize, okay? But there's zesty files on an individual on this panel that's not qualified to be on here, okay? So I donated to Cash App because, I'm in Mexico right now. So for whatever reason, it's not.
Your interest level is really high.
No. Don't interrupt me, okay?
What do you mean? Don't interrupt you? You're speaking on me. I'm just curious. Why you're so interested.
Again, stop it.
It was only $5. You need to send that to Neo. He's got to go. So if we're gonna turn this into a smoke show, you gotta wait 5 minutes. Hold on, we're gonna take. Let's let Neo finish. We got you. Don't QB. Take it. Calm down. Neo's the guest. He's about to leave. Then we could turn this into a smoke show. Relax, Neo. We got you. We're listening.
It's not about
hold on. Neo is here. Yo, put him on mute, Andrew. Let the man
to be here. And I'm being very.
Before we turn it into a smoke show, let Neo finish because he's about to leave.
QB, hold on. Let Neo go ahead. Go ahead, Neo.
This way I can upload his QB's videos in the meantime.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate your insights. I appreciate the challenges. Thank you for listening, for what you had to say, for what you
Make sure you come back and give us an update, bro. This way we can try to sit there and see if we can still help. You know what I mean?
I will send you an update. I will keep people posted. Ronin and Drew, I talk to pretty much daily at this point in time. So I will keep everyone posted. I will also be, as soon as I can get a phone, which CC, I know you said that you sent, or you were sending like 40.
No, I gotta see who am I supposed to send it to? Am I supposed to send it to Ronin, or am I supposed to send? Yo, I'm ignoring this nigga. Like, I don't understand. Like, I know he's infatuated.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead, Ronin.
If you
can send it through PayPal, just send it directly to the Karen lady.
You can just send it directly to Karen. But what I was gonna say is, CC, dude, you can ask any of these guys you're connected with and get my WhatsApp number directly.
Pause, man. No,
but-
I don't think you don't want that from him, bro.
Listen, wait,
Pause.
hold on. Listen.
Pause.
I don't care about any of the beef y'all got going on with any of this. This is what I'm gonna say. CC.
No.
CC.
I'm telling you, this brother.
QB,
Yo, Andrew, put this nigga on mute or drop him down for a minute. You
Oh
bugging.
my God, I can't
Like,
believe
yo,
it.
I thought we was here to try to help out Neo. Let's turn it into a smoke show after.
Brother, I'm trying to save you.
Oh
I'm
my
the savior.
Listen, don't save me right now. This is what I'm gonna say. One of the things I really need is a phone because this
I
phone
know
does
you
not
need a
have.
phone, but this nigga wants a phone to do something else, man.
Hold up.
That's the
Yo,
problem.
don't say it, QB. Come on now.
Yo, Neo gotta go, bro. Y'all bugging, man. Like I thought we was here to help out Neo.
Listen, QB, he's borrowing somebody else's equipment just to be on this live, bro. He don't have a lot of time. So give him a second.
I mean, I don't know why y'all got him on here. He can come back. You know he gonna be back. You know he's infatuated with me. Drop him down. Let Neo finish.
I need to address something.
Just
with
drop him
you,
down real
brother.
quick. Yeah.
Okay?
After.
Just let him address real quick. Go ahead, QB.
No. Neo needs.
First of all, Neo gotta go. What is wrong with you?
Let Neo rock, man, because Neo gotta go. Yeah, Neo. Let me tell you something, man. It's a pleasure having you on the show. But go ahead, man. Say what you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The only thing I was gonna say is, with everything that came in, I think I should be good to cover my Airbnb until Monday, which I appreciate. Or to Tuesday. It's $45 a night. I desperately need a phone, one, so that I could keep you guys updated on my own channel and not have to try to travel across town to get on a live. A cheap Xiaomi phone is like $50. It'll be a secondhand phone. If anybody has the ability or has already done that and it just hasn't hit the PayPal yet, I appreciate it. And if it hasn't been done and it can still be done as I get off, I would appreciate that as well. I don't need a phone for $100. I'm asking for a $50 phone. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just need a phone with a sound and a working camera. These two don't work on this phone. So that's it. I appreciate everyone. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that 50 right now through Ronin. He'll forward it. He'll forward it so you can get that phone. I got you, bro.
Neo, I'm gonna holler at
Yo, you
you,
better bring
bro.
that content though. We waiting on you, Neo.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
This brother has other motives sending you that money.
Everyone has other motives all the time. At this point in time.
No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. But
okay, well, QB, you got my number. Hit me up.
I will contact you directly. All right.
You out, Neo?
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
Hey, Neo, just be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful.
I will, 100%.
Just everything, bro. These travel streets is dangerous, bro. I'm just letting you know.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, man.
And we got men in this travel space.
Y'all are cracked.
I gotta go. Have a good night, everyone. I appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Yo, what happened? Did CC left?
All right, Neil. Look up with me later, Neil. We'll talk.
We can't.
Yeah, Bug, get up in here. Let him know.
Hey, CC, where you at, man?
Hey, Neil, we'll talk later, Neil.
Yeah, he already checked. He already jetted, bro.
Yeah,
I got a delay.
Right?
Knew what time
as soon as a cat come on the pound, he jetted, right?
Get back on here.
Hey, wait a minute. Do you have that warning? Do you have that warning sound bite? You need to play that shit real quick.
Okay.
Because this shit's about to get the fuck out of hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off before y'all get crazy.
Yeah, I might have to go.
Welcome to the Andrew Show, where engaging discussions unfold. Before we begin, please note the following disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by participants, including hosts and guests, on the Andrew Show are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the podcast, its host, or its sponsors. By participating in our live panel discussions, all participants agree to grant The Andrew Show permission to use their likeness, comments, and any other contributions in connection with the podcast, including but not limited to distribution on various platforms and promotional materials. Thank you for tuning in and being part of our community at The Andrew Show.
Andrew, I'm not going to say something to get you guys in trouble, okay? I've been there. I've been demonetized for 3 months, so I know. Okay, I'm not going to do that to you, Ronin.
Well, I got to move, so I just came on to help with Neo. But you guys go at it.
Well, he's gone.
All I'm going to say to keep it really PG-13, there are men in this travel space that has other intentions of wanting to help men out, and this CC guy has no receipts of being a guy that is presumed to have any romantic interest with women.